Are we live? I think we're live, everybody. Should I get my mic set up a little better here? This is fine. Have fun interacting with your viewers in real time. Tools. Where did my little chat doc go? Ah. Hello, 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 everybody. If anybody is watching, tap the screen. Share this out. Yeah, I just got like Cook This Atheist right now up, but I'm actually going to do something a little bit different for our friendlies today. And for anybody else that wants to like join in. Let me see here. Hello, everybody. Let me see if I can change my background. I don't want that one. Let's do this one. What are your best memories or worst memories as a Christian? And anybody is welcome to come up and talk about these things. If you find this interesting, please tap that screen, share out the live. Let's get some good discussions going. I don't necessarily want to debate. This is kind of a way for people to share their experience, post, during, or even before deconstructing. I mean, you don't necessarily have to not be a Christian to have a worst memory or a best memory. I can always share my best and worst memories. Actually, I don't even know if I have a best memory. I wasn't really a Christian for very long, like officially. My worst memory, of course, is when I saw this really traumatizing cartoon about Jesus, and it scared me, and I had to have my mom come pick me up from CCD, which is like a Catholic like class that kids, like go to on like Sundays and Wednesdays or something like that. Yeah, it was traumatizing, to say the least. I guess one of my best memories is I liked the like priest that we had. I was in a Christian rock band that did like covers in my teenage years. We were called Dust. Your best memory is the day, Melissa. Sure, come up and let's talk about it. I'd like to hear about it. And I'm not here to like discredit or anything. I just want to hear some people's experiences. My intention here, as somebody who's not a Christian, is to help maybe Christians and us non-Christians get along a little better by, coming to some like middle ground, if you will. The best day I repented. Okay. Like repented for your sins or repented like the religion? And hello, YouTubers. I am going to share this out real quick. Because I don't know why, but these apps do not like when I go live on my computer for some reason. Let's see, share. Copy. I'll do in my little Discord here of tons and tons of people. Have deconstructed. All right. Sorry, everybody, for the dead air there. Unalived air. I don't know. Is that okay to say on TikTok? Either way. For those of you that are watching, can you please share this out? Tap the screen. Let's get some people in. Let's try and get some discussions going. Worst day, understanding that we all make our own choices. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Sarah. There we go. We got some people coming in. Yay, Baron said he'll be here. Yeah, and I guess I can share the other link too. Hey, Sarah. Yeah, and friendlies are welcome to come up. I kind of want this just to be kind of a chill time and, give some people, like, the ability to discuss. Hey, Peel the Onion. Feel free to join up if you want to. No pressure. Otherwise, if you don't want to join up, please try and share this out. Let's tap the screen. Let's get things going. I don't know who else is live right now, but I do want to have a discussion here with believers, non-believers, former, current, previous, maybe like unsure Christians. Like, what are your best and worst memories? And like, why? Was it something really, really bad? You don't have to share like these like really, really bad things. I know some people have some bad trauma when it comes to the church. A lot of Christians will say, yeah, that was, church hurt or it was the church's fault. But what was it? Peel, if you want to get on, there should be like a little pink and blue icon down here, I think. Or there should be like a request button. Imagine leaving Christ. Imagine following Christ. See, we got a little bit of a discrepancy here between people. I want to kind of poke into that. I want people to tell me, what did they appreciate while they were a Christian? What didn't they appreciate? Here we go. Are you there?
Hello, hello.
Hi, Lily. Can I get your age real quick?
Oh, yep, I am 34.
All right. Let me just fix my little thing here. Sorry.
You are
What's your
awesome.
thoughts on the background while I'm doing all these things?
So I saw you in the Discord chat,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw you post about that, and I'm like, oh my, yes, okay, here we go.
Let's do it.
Um, best, you have a best or worst, and I would like to counter it with a little bit of both because there were
Sure.
definitely um some good to it. So for reference, I grew up very strict Southern Baptist.
Mm.
Um, And, honestly, I think one of my best and worst memories both happened in youth group with two very, very different youth pastors at very different points in my journey. Um,
Can I find out like around what
mhm.
age you were?
This was, like I said, youth group, so somewhere around the 15 to 16 ish age
Okay,
range.
that's what I was thinking. All right.
Um, you know, one of the one of the youth pastors that we had was great. We didn't have a big flashy youth group with all the big performance of it all. He kept it pretty chill and did we did a lot of actual study and research, and he encouraged the asking of questions. Like he
Mm-hmm.
encouraged us to go, yeah, I may have the degree, I may have all of this. You need to ask questions. And talked about how even in the scriptures, people were encouraged to ask questions.
Right. Right.
It's in the Bible. It does not say listen to your pastors and that's the end of it. Um, so we're I couldn't for the life of me right now tell you which scripture it is, but I know that there's scriptures that basically that in the New Testament even that were saying, hey, ask questions. Um, and he was really supportive, and it felt I thought that was a good base. Then we got a different youth pastor in. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
as a woman, and we realized this, now this was closer to my 16 to 18 age range. So when I was actually really starting to want to question things. Um, and we found out real quick in my Sunday school class that was actually led by our youth pastor that he was answering questions from the guys easily. I was being told I was challenging his authority.
How so? Did you like
Because I asked a lot of questions,
just
gosh
because you
dang.
were like, well, wait, hold up, before we move on, like, what's the deal with this and that, or was it something else, like more,
It, oh
kind of
no,
being
because
contrarian?
it, okay, part of it I probably was being a little contrary sometimes because of the way he presented things, but also genuinely asking questions and wondering, like, hey, okay, I see that you say this, you know, you're interpreting this scripture this way. However, this is how I grew up interpreting it, um, where basically asking him how he came to his own conclusions
Right.
because I wanted to know. I've always wanted to know why people do what they do, how people think, how things work. It's always been me. To this day, my favorite question is why do people? Um, and he didn't like that. And honestly, between the constantly getting shut down, and there were some of my guy friends in my Sunday school class, I started getting with them and I'd text them or I'd write down a question and get it slipped over to them. They'd ask it and he'd engage in full on discourse with them.
Hmm.
We did eventually confront him, which led to me being banned from going to church camp. Um,
So wait, you got in trouble?
yes.
See, okay, my thoughts here is like, first off, the text should like kind of speak for itself, right? Like you would hope so, at least, if it's this, governing text that it is, put on to be. The other thing
Right.
is, yeah, you are kind of told to like question your faith, to test your faith, and all of these things. So I don't know why that would be returned with like a negativity, other than for reasons of control.
Yeah.
My thoughts.
And no, and that's absolutely the thing is I started noticing that um I that there was just way too much, and honestly there was just way too much hypocrisy in it. I saw how people, I knew how some of these girls acted during the week and how they were presenting themselves on Sunday, and people were getting away with it. It was a constant thing.
Oh
And
yeah.
there was a lot of damage done. There were way too many people. I lived in a area. I lived in the South,
Mm-hmm.
and so there was a lot of. I remember when I first had a crush on one of the boys in my neighborhood who was not white. And when I told my friends, "Oh, my daddy says we're not supposed to date outside our race. It's in the Bible." There was, oh yeah, this is the South. Okay.
Okay.
There were a
Um.
lot of excuses that were made. There were a lot of excuses that were made in the South justifying people's race, twisting scripture um, to justify racism. It's pervasive. It's not as bad now, um, but there was a lot of that. Um, there was a lot of racism that people used the Bible to justify.
I mean,
I
that's
don't remember
what
what scriptures they've tried to twist,
like
but
the Southern Baptists are that's what they literally, like that's their whole platform. That's why they became the Southern Baptists, is because the
mhm,
Baptists didn't want to have slaves in
yeah.
segregation. So that's why the Southern
But oh
Baptists
well, it
became to
was
be.
different. We can have no segregation and all be okay, but we can't date or marry outside of our. It was all a mess.
You
Like
know what?
it's
Now
not
that you
okay.
say that, I do remember, like when I was young, these kind of things being kind of like mentioned as, you know, like what you should do. It might not be written down anywhere. Maybe it was for the Southern Baptists, but you know, like I'm from the Midwest, so it's a little bit different. But still, I think that underlying, you know, kind of nudge was there, like date within your people, aka, you know, like
Yeah.
quote unquote.
Yeah, and it was more Deuteronomy 7, and you must not intermarry with them, and you must not give your daughters to their sons or take their daughters for your sons, because they will turn your sons away from me to worship other gods. And people apply that to, while it was meant to be a spiritual thing, people took that and turned it into a race thing.
I mean, technically, I think it was meant to be more of a. It was like a genetics thing for the Hebrews, you know, like the Israelites
Oh yeah,
back in the way back when, you know.
yeah. Like I said, that was Deuteronomy 7.
Right,
So, I
right.
mean,
So Deuteronomy too is just a disgusting book,
yeah.
full of like purity stuff when it comes to like bloodlines and what have you.
Oh yeah, exactly. And that's what they were using to justify that kind of casual and not so casual
And
racism.
these are people that are using
Um,
a text that was not ever meant for them. Like these are probably just
yeah,
white, you know, like not of any sort of like Near Eastern like
yeah,
lineage, if you will.
exactly. I mean, so between that and then the purity conferences, which, if anybody is familiar with purity conferences and the true love weights and all of that, then that is,
Creepy.
oh
But
my God, it's awful. It's awful. And it places the blame always solely on the woman. Always, 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 always. Like, we get the whole thing of being compared to a piece of chewed up gum, or taking a rose and tearing off its petals, that each time you sleep with someone, you're pulling a petal off that rose, and then, oh, what's left for your partner at the end of it? Oh yeah.
wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I guess I could imagine, but I didn't. I guess I didn't know for sure, like what they were saying. That's just so. Oh my god. I'm so
Oh yeah.
sorry.
The 90s and early aughts were a bizarre time to be
Why I feel like
around.
they're still trying to do that with like what you call it. Sorry, my camera's being weird. I got this new camera.
You're good.
Uh, what's their name? Oh, they do all the songs. They're a church group in Australia. Like Chris Pratt's part.
Hillsong.
Hillsong. There you go.
I'm
Uh,
like, I know who it is.
they were doing like I watched a documentary where they were, you know, very much about that like purity stuff. I've also like heard about like the daddy daughter like dances, and basically like your father owns you. I mean that's biblical, I guess, but and like your
Oh
father kind of like
yeah, yeah,
gives your like virginity away more or less.
yeah. Yeah, essentially, it's like, luckily we didn't do that part. The only daddy daughter dances we had were just like, we did mother son ones, as well. They were just but those kind of faded to the wayside. Um,
Jeez.
ours did not have that creep element. The other thing,
Well, that's good.
oh, hell houses, hell
I've
houses.
heard
Please
about
tell
these
me you
hell
know what those
houses. My boyfriend Seth has told me about like hell houses and like these. They're just like really scary. Like they sound even more scary than like a secular like, you know, just haunted house kind of thing. Because there's like a
are.
very real aspect to it, you know.
They're designed to be very traumatizing. They're designed to be traumatizing,
That's wild.
and they are designed to, um, because on top of how they portray them, think chick tracts come to life.
Mm-hmm.
If you know anything about chick tracts,
Yeah.
um, but worse. And as time has gone on with access to more special effects type stuff, some of them just gotten god awful. Um, but the constant use of fear, guilt, and shame, honestly, is part of the reason that I don't associate myself with Christianity anymore. Um,
A lot of people, like my ex, or not my ex, my current boyfriend, he's an ex-Christian. He said that like that fear, guilt, and shame like was a very big and like lasting part, and a major reason why he doesn't like really associate with it at all because of that. Like,
yeah,
just it was so traumatizing to make somebody feel like their friends were going to this fiery pit of eternal torture, and it was like their fault for not saving them.
yeah, absolutely. That, and then just, it, and the fact that it's so pervasive, and it isn't even all of these big things. People think it's, oh, you must have had this one like major trauma. No, it's this constant buildup over your life that when you sit there and you look back at it and you go, oh my God, what the hell? Like, it's not okay. Um, and when you start leaving home and start seeing what is actually out there, you start realizing, oh, oh my, um, that none of this was okay.
Yeah, I've
On the
heard that
on the
from others.
and on the other side, I miss hymn sings. I miss Fifth Sunday fellowships. I miss the kind of the fellowship. That's what I miss, and I can't. It's not the same in other circles. It's like, yeah, I have friends, but
Hmm.
it's not the same. I miss a hymn sing where it's all a cappella and we're picking things out of a hymnal and everybody's singing. There's as a music person, there's things I miss about that. My dream one of these days is to go to New York and go to the Gaia one day choirs, because they're these a cappella
Ooh.
choir events, and I miss that.
Oh, I still
Um,
totally rock out to hymns. Like, I went to a step grandpa's funeral, and I was, I was letting it go. I was singing.
oh yeah,
I was having fun, and
absolutely.
like it's like, why not? Even though I don't believe in any of it, a lot of the music
Yeah.
is more like about nature and like enjoying the beauty of nature and stuff. So it's like, well, this
Hmm.
kind of applies. You don't really, I mean, a lot of times it'll be saying like, yeah, he's our king or whatever, and it's like, okay, that's a little culty, but uh, beyond that, hold on now, Cedar, can I get your age real quick, just for
Hi,
TikTok?
I'm 30.
All right, what's your thoughts?
Uh, oh, many. But let's focus on the prompt, right?
Right.
Um, so best memory, probably any of the times where I felt like this kind of belief system did something for me. I can't nail it down to one memory.
Mm-hmm.
But it's anytime that like you felt like you could rely on something, you know.
You had
That
a
was probably the
community.
best memory. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get what you mean by that. Which is why we have this Discord for like people that are deconstructing. Uh, and that was my attempt to try and fill the gap that sometimes that leaving Christianity can like leave behind. Even though I wasn't like quite a Christian, I know that that's like something that people have brought up multiple times to me, and I was like, man, I really want to. And this was kind of during COVID and stuff too, so like I wanted to have it more of an in-person thing, and maybe someday, you know, our group, we have like 4,000 people in the Discord, so there's quite a few people there, and it's all over the world. But hopefully we could maybe be like doing meetups and stuff, and we could actually like like each other in person. But yeah, go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent there.
Yeah, and then probably some of the worst memories uh, are anything attached to uh, inadequacy or uh, divine punishment for just existing in the way that I exist. Um, and then even after leaving Christianity, I think maybe the best memory all around is when I started seeing that people were contributing to a change and a reform to how Christianity is. Um, Learning a little bit about like different Episcopalian pastors who were, advocating for LGBT rights, learning of people who are helping girls deconstruct from purity culture, like uh, Nadia Bolz-Weber. Um, I think maybe that's probably the best memory I'll have of Christianity.
Are you currently like are you deconstructed? Are you former atheist? Are you agnostic if I may ask?
I am currently a practicing Vajrayana Buddhist who is
Okay.
becoming a chaplain. So
All right. All right.
this is like the focus of my work.
Snaps to that. Snaps to that. I'm okay with that. I like it. All right, cool. Interesting, interesting. So, yeah, I like wanted to touch on, like the idea of like LGBT affirming churches. It's kind of a touchy subject with certain people. Some former Christians will say like, that's just give up the ghost, people. Like, this is them just trying to get more people in their church. They don't actually believe this. Others, myself included, I've seen some, pretty nice like churches that are really supportive, especially for the trans folk, and like will say full chested like, no, this is like trans folk are just like anybody else, and it's just good to hear that. I think overall, even though I disagree with Christianity like fundamentally, but at least you got to take the like small victories. So I was wondering like what your thoughts are, I guess, then on like affirming churches. You think that's like a good thing, or would you say like, to anybody, just give up the ghost and like just let it go? You can get these morals, if you will, from other places.
Mhm. Um, I think overall it is a net positive, but it always becomes difficult with anything when we try to talk about um, the intricacies of the human condition and the human experience because it is so nuanced. Nothing exists in a vacuum. And so to approach any question, it's any question that you pose in life is going to be multifaceted. Very rarely are you going to see black and white.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, you can find those morals in virtually any of the major world religions, including, whether you want to call it a religion or not, agnosticism or atheism
Right. Like
or deism or,
right.
whatever. Um,
They call it humanism, I think, is more of the like kind of moral
Humanism, universal,
framework. Yeah.
Unitarianism, yeah, like even like the quote unquote secular religions.
Hmm.
I don't think you're gonna find it in capitalism if you're viewing capitalism as a religion, because there is an argument for that. That's an interesting discussion, but
The almighty dollar. I like that.
yeah. I do think it's a net positive. Uh, in religion, painted in broad strokes, it does why it helps give us meaning for the things that we can't answer easily in life. It becomes this way for us to not enter psychosis and have a crash out at everything that seems like it's destroying us. Um, so I think religion can be a good thing. I think we have this propensity to contort and distort it. I can't remember the author, but Nadia Bolz-Weber, as I mentioned earlier, she'll reference him sometimes, and he defines sin as the human proclivity to fuck shit up. And I think that is something that we have done um, in many different ways to religion for
Oh
many
yeah, like
different
this is why we
reasons.
can't have nice things, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I
but then
totally get
again,
that.
like I said, everything is multifaceted. Give me anything that does not have pros and cons. The medicine that we take carries risks. The food that we digest carries risks. Like everything has its pros, its cons. just
Well, supporting me and
fundamentally.
in sharing out this live has no cons. I'm going to tell you everybody that in chat right now. So that's just,
Ah,
that's just me talking truths. Well, thanks, Cedar. I'm gonna put a pin in that discussion, and we're gonna move on to Blaster and Adam here. Blaster, what are your thoughts?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, I have quite a few thoughts on this subject. I mean, I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, within religion. I agree that could be some good things that can come from it, but my always question to like that sort of thought is there anything that can be done without religion, or with religion that can't be done without it? So I just think that it's just like, is it a coping mechanism? Do we need it if we can teach people to actually cope with things in the real world without having to fantasize that there's a God? I mean, maybe religion is a sign. The psychosis is a sign that we need to actually help people better. Is my thought.
Interesting.
And I don't think religion is necessarily the answer. And I do think like those, like the gay affirming churches are definitely like a double-edged sword for sure. Because I can understand why gay people would want something like that, but at the same time, it's also like you're affirming all the other churches that oppose you. The whole religion doesn't accept you, so I don't know why you'd want to be a part of it.
Right. So I guess like my like rebuttal in a way to that is change the fundamentals of the Christian like doctrine. They apparently were able to do that all the time. I mean, it's pretty much a choose your own adventure since like the 2nd century, since the Council of Nicaea. It started becoming like, okay, well, let's figure out hell. Okay, well, we're all going to agree that hell does exist or doesn't exist, and babies, all of those things. Like, do they go to hell? I don't know. Let's come up with is Jesus like a real human, or is he like this cosmological figure? So they're already doing a choose your own adventure with all of this. So why can't they fundamentally? And I mean, like with the new Pope, he seems to be pretty progressive, but that doesn't mean that it can't go the other way too. My cat was just freaking out. I don't know what. He's just a loud guy.
It's all good.
Adam,
around here somewhere.
what are your thoughts? Can I get your age real quick? I don't remember if you've been on here or not, Adam.
40. My point would be like, Christianity is like awesome. It's a great religion if it's true, but unfortunately, it's not true. Like, and to me, that's a very, very, very serious issue. Like, I don't know. I guess I take it way more seriously than everybody else on the planet. But like, I would like you're aware what happened to like what the Catholic priest did, and everybody's like, oh, like everybody like there's so much hatred for the Catholic Church, which I think is 100% totally understandable. But like, what happened to me? Like being scammed? I would have rather been one of them kids than being scammed. Like waste all my time, like starvation, multiple Sundays, like starvation time, like went to a Catholic school, like where I had to dress, like I did not like dressing up, but like, oh, when God's real, like you get to go to church with nuns, like, I mean, I was Orthodox, but like to me, it's not a joke, and like, I'm on the firm opinion we need to start atheist churches. That's the direction I'm going. Like, I went to the Jehovah's Witnesses church last Sunday. I got kicked out. I posted the video. Like, I think this Sunday I'm gonna go to a black church, and like, I know a priest there that has a vacant church building, so hopefully, like, theoretically, there's a possibility I might be able to start an atheist church this Sunday. I mean, it's not likely, but and there's one for sale for like $200,000. It's like, dude, we could have an atheist cathedral, like
I've done that.
For $200,000,
I've looked at in my hometown. There's one for like 90,000, and it was like, we could make that work. we could
do
pull
it.
some...
Like, it's tax free, and like, one thing's like, I know everybody's cheap, but like for the most part, atheists are so cheap. But there's got to be people like me that would like if somebody could go back in time, and like I mean it'd be worth at least $1,000, maybe even $5,000 to be like before I'm about to get baptized. Hey, do you know about slavery? Hey, do you know what the Bible says about sexuality? Hey, do you know about the Bible contradictions? Like, hey, do you know about Dakota Hammurabi? You know, like I don't know. I'm guess I'm different from everybody else, but like
I think that those
you
are
know
all very like valid points, and like the passion that you have is also very valid, considering like we've seen the passion that the other side can have. So, why not? Why
like
can
but
one
I think
side?
I'm more like I actually believe in this stuff. I'm not convinced Christians really believe it. Like or that they could just all be evil. Because like I talk to Christians, like it's all psychosis. I'm not convinced any Christians really believe in it, or if they do, they're just all evil. But
This,
I just don't know if they consider it, man. Like they don't even consider if it's true or not. They don't,
I mean,
you know.
a lot of them have not opened a Bible and read it for themselves. Like I think anybody can agree with that.
and I mean it's a sick system. Like I've told people this. I could go right now and go to an Orthodox, a Catholic, probably any black church, like any white Protestant church, like pretty much any church in America. Probably go there for a year and like they don't tell you anything you need to know it's like fake.
Right. I get what you mean there too.
Like I never even had a chance. At least give people a chance. Like I think everybody should be an atheist, but yes, do your own research. Look for evidence of God. Like I look for evidence of God. Like I'm like, dude, there has to be something. Finally goes on YouTube, Orthodox evidence for God. And like, oh, we don't understand science, so God. Like, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I think the best evidence they have, or what they'll say, is, like Bayesian, whatever that one guy said, Blaster, that during that one live, what was it? Was deductive evidence, like through Bayesian probabilities.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, ooh, that's not good evidence. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
I think we could do so much if we started atheist churches, because like the whole service could be trying to help ourselves, help each other, help the world, instead of like just scamming people. Like when you go to church, like 90% of it's God and indoctrination and scamming. But I don't know if atheists are all like cats, but
Yeah, that's the problem.
Atheists
And
are like
I think what
cats.
you gotta do is just be a part of your community if you want to be, and just put yourself out there more. You know what I mean? And just let people aware. Just let people know that hey, I'm out here. I want to be a part of the community as much as possible, and I'm a non-believer.
Are you in our like Discord and stuff?
no, I should probably get in there and post in there. I've been trying lately trying to get into like some of the Facebook groups and stuff.
Oh man, join our Discord, the Deconstruction Junction. This is live right now on YouTube. This is kind of this live was meant for kind of members of the Discord. I think Lily's in there, Blaster's in there. I don't know if Cedar's ever heard of it, but yeah, like check it out. You can go to tinyurl.com/DZDiscord. That's actually short for Deconstruction Zone Discord, because it's also the same Discord that Justin uses. If anybody is aware of who Justin is, he was just live for like thousands of people a little bit ago. But he's a biblical scholar that debates the existence of God.
So I wanted to touch base on what people are saying about community, and what Adam was being so enthusiastic about. There's groups like the Satanic Temple out there that are not, yes, they use the imagery, but they're non-theistic, and are focused on serving their communities. Like that's everybody I know that's involved in that is very focused on serving their communities, and kind of pushing back against all of the mess that a lot of us have been fed in church. And they love to push back. They do like to make a splash when it comes to things, but more power to them on that. But there's also a group called Freedom from Religion Foundation.
Yep, we work with them.
I know some of their local folks here in Kansas City.
Is that where you are in Kansas City?
I sure am.
That's awesome.
And
not far from
we
me.
have
I'm in
a group
Omaha.
here. Okay. We have a group here in KC called Oasis, and their whole thing is they have a church type format, and they'll talk about various social issues and things like that, and try to provide that same kind of community that a lot of us miss from church. And so between Freedom from Religion Foundation, which I absolutely recommend to everybody, because they're amazing people. My first interaction with them was when we were dealing with Westboro.
Oh gosh. Ugh.
Oh,
I mean,
That
it's kind of
sounds
fun. It does sound fun. Like, don't get me
they
wrong.
are, dealing with Westboro is always an interesting interaction, and I will just put it that way. Living really close to their headquarters, we deal with them a lot more than most people ever will.
Are
Do you
they
know who? Do you know who Doug Wilson is?
That name sounds really freaking familiar.
He's the Calvinist from Moscow, Idaho.
I don't know if
He's like-
I've never heard of him.
He's pretty popular. Like, he's probably one of the most famous Calvinists out there. He went on a debate tour with Hitchens back in the day,
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
but he has like a cult in the town where I'm from.
Oh, really?
Originally, yeah, where I grew
Yeah.
up.
Okay,
Yeah.
I saw his books come up. I'm like, oh my,
Yeah.
yes, I know.
Yeah,
who
he's
he is.
super misogynistic and racist.
Okay.
Yeah.
72 years old.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my.
Yeah.
So I know all about him because grew up around that.
I mean, I don't know who would be worse, him or like the Westboro Baptists. I think the Westboro Baptists are like bottom of the barrel, if you ask me.
The
So
Westboro Baptists, in my mind, are worse, and here's why. Because when they decide to come out to events holding their signs and everything else,
Just the use of slurs alone, like the way
like
they
use of
do.
slurs alone, but also the fact that they have their kids out there holding signs with them.
That's
and
disgusting.
I mean, they're 6, 7
they're
year olds.
nasty and provocative. But how about this? The Doug is like Doug Wilson. What he's done is he's bought up half of the downtown. Like, he owns half of downtown.
Really?
Like, all the businesses and everything. Like, they bought all the bars. They own
Oh,
like
wow.
all but like 2 bars in town. You know. So
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I can, like I
They
said,
put
both
us-
of them definitely
they
have
put
their
a college. They put their college right downtown, in the middle of downtown, which was against the rules of the city because there's already a university there, right?
Oh, is that they can only have like one university? But I'm guessing since it's like a private
Well, you're not
college.
allowed to have, like, the schools aren't allowed to encroach on the public property
Oh.
downtown was the rule, but they did it anyway.
Okay.
You
I'm
know, and
sure
they had,
that
like, they had politicians and stuff for a while, but the whole city like revolted against them. It's kind of a thing, but there's like families that move there because of him. There's like, it's crazy.
he does
Wow.
not look like a very friendly person, nor like
He's not.
I don't know. He just grosses me out. Like, I'm looking at
Yeah.
pictures.
Dude, I
Uh,
could show you. I'll post some documentaries on it.
yeah, I would love
'cause
to.
there's
I
a
was just
couple
gonna say, I would love to
documentaries.
watch a documentary on that.
Same.
Yeah, like I don't know.
There's
I
some
love
stories
that kind of
out
stuff.
there.
There's all
Lots of,
kinds of like towns and like interesting people, religious leaders, a lot of, like very specific like denominations of like
Mhm.
Christians, or even, like other religions that like we never hear about. Like there's like whole like compounds and like neighborhoods where they have like Christian, like it's a cult basically in like California, I think, and they will do things like arranged marriages and all
Yeah.
of this other stuff. It's just I actually like know a few people that have gotten away from it, and then not to mention like the FLDS, the Mormons, there's all kinds of stuff. It is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna say, Lily, I was also in church band, so I can relate to that sort of stuff. And
Yeah.
back in the day, Dan Barker, he's in charge of Freedom from Religion Foundation, right? Or he's one of the co-founders or whatever of that.
Yes, he's the president.
Yeah, he's the president. He's awesome. He's like, I'm pretty sure like way back in the day, I actually played music with him in church.
Nice.
Like, he came as like yeah.
I want to get in touch with like some of those. Like there was somebody that came into the Discord and kind of posted asking for influencers and stuff to work for like freedom from religion, and I haven't heard much from them, since. But I know that they're around, and I think that deconstructing and like working with that kind of thing is something that a strong unified front would be great for, because I think change isn't going to happen without a good unified like counter to what is going on, because it is wild out there. Like, I mean, y'all see it every day here on like TikTok. There's all kinds of AI churches that are on YouTube. It's like, and it's just people saying amen in the chat over and over again, and it's just, I don't even know. I mean, there's nothing really like, they're not hurting anybody, don't get me wrong, but in a way they are. I mean, as a gay guy, like I feel like it does hurt to be told, or like have these people, they don't even have to say it out loud. They just have to say it once, or not even like go against it and say like, yeah, you're a sinner, you're gonna burn in hell or whatever. And then when they say things like, oh, I love you and stuff, it just rings hollow.
Yeah.
It's just abusive language, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's also kind of like, you better change, otherwise, these things. Hold on, we got another person here. They're loading.
Warren.
Hello, Warren. Can I get your age, please, just for TikTok purposes? I agree, Saitama. I need a private jet.
That was a mistake.
Oh, a mistake. There's no such thing as mistakes. God doesn't make mistakes. I'll let you down, buddy. Thanks for watching, and thanks for, I'm guessing, tapping or accidentally requesting. That's fine. Multi-guess. Let's see. Who else? Somebody else wanted to come up, I think.
Sorry, I couldn't resist the like.
Resist
God
what?
doesn't make mistakes.
Oh.
Just chuckling when.
I mean, hey.
That's great.
Well, there's
That
your
was
counter
great.
to the Westboro Baptists.
Right.
Texas, what's up?
Yo, Benny, how you doing?
Doing
You hear
all
me
right.
okay?
Yeah.
All right, super.
What's your thoughts?
I got a weird memory for you.
Yeah, sure.
So when I was a little kid, my parents, super right wing, super religious, Church of Christ, growing up in it. We went to visit some family friends in Georgia, and I just remember late one night, my mom and her friend had been talking about, the evil government and all this fun stuff. And, as a kid, it really freaks you out. It's like a boogeyman. And I have this distinct memory of laying on her friend's couch, and she and my mom telling me very earnestly that I was going to be round up with other Christians by the government, and that I was going to face a test where I would have to either deny Christ or be killed by the government. And they were earnestly telling me this, and I believe that they believed this very fervently. And they were really telling me, that this was a test I was going to face, and likely very soon. And that really stuck with me for a long time. And it, as someone who had deconstructed a long time ago, you look back on those things, and it's amazing how much fear is used to hold on to people and make sure that you're following the rules that they set out for you, and that you have this crazy support system to keep you going in light of all of this panic and fear that they generate. So there's a memory for you.
Yeesh.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me so much of Voice of the Martyr magazine and the books and Jesus Freak and what were the other ones? Because this was all post Columbine. Oh
I know
gosh,
exactly what you're
remember all
talking
of
about.
them.
I remember that book.
I
The
remember
the
Jesus
funny thing
Freak.
is, the reason I remember that book is in eighth grade, we had a teacher, and he part of his social studies class was a focus on religion, but he taught um, all of the five major world religions in that like 5 week period. Uh, and he brought in like contemporarily related uh, pieces of work. So like I remember a lot of it happened to be music because that was the most accessible thing at the time. Um, but he brought in that book for Christianity, and yeah, he read a couple stories from there about martyrdom and stuff. So I got the book. It was very interesting. And then I subscribed to their newsletter for a little bit, and then I kept getting all kinds of junk mail. I was like, this wasn't what I had in mind. I just wanted like some information. Like I went in
Next thing
in
you
it
know,
with
you're signing up to like work for them or something.
yeah, I went in it for like purely academic learning purposes, and it quickly became evangelism. Yeah, I remember those things.
Interesting.
Yeah, because the book was called Jesus Freaks, and it was sponsored in part by DC Talk after their song Jesus Freak, and then we had Voice of the Martyrs magazine, which their website is literally persecution.com. Like,
are you for real?
yes.
I feel like Seth, my partner, boyfriend Seth, he's in the chat right now. He loved DC Talk and loves like any like related news and stuff. I'm sure he's aware of what you're talking about here.
Oh yeah, like because, and we were told that like we definitely went through this. If someone was holding a pew pew to your head, would you say you were a Christian, or would you deny Christ?
Well, that was like the thing with Columbine. Yeah, that was the Columbine story, wasn't it? Where that didn't actually happen, I don't think.
That's kind of how they bounced off of it. Like that was utilized as the scare tactic was, oh, this happened at this is how we'll do that. This is what's going to happen. You're going to have all of this, and it's going to become illegal to have a Bible and all this other stuff. And that's how they get started with a lot of the militia type groups. Is you're trained to be a warrior for Christ. You've got to be ready to physically defend with all this. Yeah, they took Columbine and they weaponized what happened at Columbine in a very, very, very big way.
Oh, fully. I hear horror stories from people who are a little bit younger than me, who would go to vacation Bible school, and like one of the days was like the day's teaching would be like dealing with martyrdom, and like if you were in this situation, what would you do? And then like they would go to sleep, and in the middle of the night they would have the counselors come and like yank them out of their beds and like do this whole like chase, and then like in the dark point a fake pew pew at them and ask them that question.
I've had friends in our community describe a very like almost to the T the exact same thing.
Yep, they did something like that at our church too, at our youth weekend. Granted, they did this with the teenagers specifically, with the youth group when we did the whole host houses type thing.
That's wild. Like we can all agree, like that's messed up, right?
Like,
but we thought it was
normal.
We thought it was normal. That's the fucked up part.
It's not normal. It's not normal.
I thought it was normal to have a chastity vow. That's weird.
I had the True Love Waits ring, and I
had a virginity key when I had to give my body to my father for the key. And it was like this little key that I wore around my neck that I was not allowed to take off until my wedding night. But yeah, I had a chastity vow.
Ours was a ring, not a key, but yeah, same process.
Yeah, so weird.
Hi, let me guess, you're what, roughly in your late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s, somewhere in there?
Did you just say that to me? Oh my god, I love you. I'm 43.
I was just very good because of how I was guessing because of the similarities of our stuff.
Yeah. The purity culture. Well, the funny thing in Alaska with the Christian schools, only the bad kids got sent to Christian schools. So, like, if you were messing up in public school, they would send you to Christian school. So my sister and my brother got sent to Christian school. That's where all the bad kids were.
So, Honest, I want to just ask you a question. I know we've got other people in here that you want to get to, but Honest, the problem is the
Hey, Rabbi Hannah.
thing. The Rabbi Hannah, hi. Honest, we need to stop tying the idea of purity to love, or purity to worth, or
Purity
any
to
of that.
faith,
And that's the problem.
even.
If somebody chooses to remain celibate until marriage, that's fine. I have no hatred towards people who do that. But I don't think we need to make that as big of a deal as we do, like, because
The problem that it causes is it causes self-esteem issues.
yes,
And you were taught that do not cover you must cover yourself at all times. Do not draw attention to yourself. Do not do any of this. This is gross. It's icky. You don't talk about stuff like that. But as soon as you get married, you're supposed to be completely open and just, it's beautiful. And so it is a harmful thing. Purity culture is a harmful thing that is taught. Nobody said that you don't have to wait till you're married.
yeah. And as far as making it a safety thing, that's another, yes, technically abstinence is the absolute safest route if you want to protect from STIs or pregnancy or whatever. Technically, yes, that is the safest route. However, there are so many resources out there, and when people start making it all about abstinence and purity, they're not taught those resources, and then as an adult they end up lost and not knowing how to access all that. But anyways, I will stop. Thank you for letting me run my mouth so much.
So I do want to let Honest up, just so there is a little bit of a, from the other side, but I don't want to subject anybody that doesn't want to discuss with the other side, because I know that can be triggering. And I only want people up here that are like comfortable, maybe going back and forth and discussing with somebody like Honest. Lala, though, before I let Honest up, I just wanted to get your thoughts on things.
Hi, do you guys hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay, good. Hi guys, I'm Lala. I'm 25 years old. I live in the Netherlands, but I'm moving to the United States the 15th of August.
Don't
Texas.
move here. No,
Okay,
I want to move to the Netherlands.
I come with a work visa, so no worries, guys.
Okay.
I do not come as an illegal. I'm a licensed nurse, and I'm gonna take care of a kid from a family.
Don't have
so
any pictures of JD Vance on your phone.
Oh, I don't have have pictures of politics things on my phone. But I converted to Catholicism. I was a Muslim. My whole family is still Muslim. And the main reason I'm moving to the United States, the job opportunity came, but I can be free in my religion. And here, it's like my brother had beaten me up because of my conversion. Like my family is just not happy with me converting to Christianity. Yeah, because in the Quran and the Hadith, it's allowed when someone, you can murder someone, So I knew when I converted to Christianity, not everyone that knows Christ, not everyone that says he or she is a Christian. You can see someone by their fruits if they are truly like loving to one another, if they are truly like not judging, you know what I mean, and truly like living by the word of God. Because a lot of people, they say they know God, but God does not know them. It's in the Bible, like if you do like totally the opposite, and if you do not want to walk in the light of Christ, Christ does not know them. So
I remember you now. Okay, I remember we talked. I forget where it was that we talked.
A long time ago.
It was a while ago. And I remember the overall you had a pretty good view on things. I like as somebody that was never really a Christian, I was a fake Christian, I guess, which is valid for a lot of people that want to call others fake Christians. Like, yeah, that was me. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with like kind of following the fruits of the like Christian, like Jesus, the kind of like hippy dippy, not so judgy stuff. But when it comes to yeah, I cosplayed as a Christian. When it comes to like the more serious things, and see, I could also see from somebody that converted from from Islam to Christianity, and also being treated the way that you're being treated, how this probably seems like a whole like progressive and like opening, community where
It's not a community. It's not a community. It's Jesus. I never felt like
or
love.
yeah,
Like
like
the God
epistemology.
that I knew, the God that I knew was not loving in Islam, and the God that I know now, it's a loving God. It's never about a community because you can make friends everywhere, but it's truly about if you truly believe what God is like saying, and that's something I never felt before. Like that God loves us.
Do you think that a loving God would create somebody that likes the same sex and then say that they deserve death?
Uh, yeah, that's a hard one for me because if someone is truly in love with another person, like who am I to judge, you know?
Yeah, and I think you
Um,
and I have discussed this before. Okay.
yeah, so it's hard for me because I have nothing against any people in this world, and um, if I see like the sins, like there are a lot of sins, in Catholic Church, you need to like also like confess for the bigger sins, um, and I can see where they're coming from. Like the first humans were like a man and a woman, and if you want to multiply, and if you want to have kids, that's like the natural route. But I cannot judge someone to love someone because if the love is so pure, like who am I to say that's
Right.
not allowed?
Well, I mean, and that love is in the Bible between
Yeah.
David and Jonathan. There's a very pure love between two men. Uh, we don't have to get too deep into that, though. Honest, I don't even see you in the requests, so you got a request to get up here.
Nah, they're just down there talking trash.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Any other thoughts from anybody? I'm not
I have
sure.
a thought,
Yeah, go on.
like one more. Uh, like I was very skeptical about, like the Eucharist in church. Like my
Oh, the
baptism was 2 months
cannibalism.
ago. Yeah, the Eucharist. Um, and last Sunday I went to church, and when I received the Eucharist, and it's truly like I was skeptical before, like, is it like real? I felt like a peace that I never felt before, and I closed my eyes, and it was like I saw like a white light, and it's it's something I cannot truly explain in the way I felt it Sunday, but the
So
Eucharist, like the
you
way
think
I
you?
felt it, like
I've
I
never heard
didn't. Everyone
anybody say
deserves that.
that before. Out of all the like different testimonies, I've never actually, I don't think ever heard anybody say like something. Honest, you're still not in there. I'm opening it. I'm looking. You're not in there.
A lot of people have that, but they don't just say that on the internet because a lot of people are skeptical about the Eucharist. But I felt it like at peace.
It's interesting.
I felt at peace, and that's not even a lie because I'm someone that's like very honest. I like lost my family because of my conversion, and uh, yeah, it's something I cannot explain, and everyone deserves to feel that
Jalapeno
feeling.
potato chips give me the same feeling.
Potato chips?
So
No,
you're
I
going to
love
be
potato
hit
chips,
up
but
with a
it's not
little
gonna.
skepticism with
It's okay.
a panel like this. So and I don't want to take away anything from people, but at the same time, I think it is important to maybe explore all possible like scientific and realistic ways that could have caused that. It does sound to me like something, maybe somatic, where I've been in the moment at a like concert before where I would consider it like almost a religious experiment or experience where like,
But I never had it before with concerts. I never had it before with good food. I love good food, you know. I never had it before with other things. And the first time when I was baptized, I received the Eucharist, and I could not explain like the feeling that I had. And every time I receive the Eucharist, it's the same feeling. It's something. I'm truly at peace. Like I cannot even explain it. It's I was very skeptical about it. I was like, oh, is it not like symbolic or what is it, you know?
well, yeah, like, is
But
it in your mind? Are you eating the flesh of Jesus and drinking the blood of Jesus, or is it more of like a spiritual flesh? Like
yeah, I truly believe that
consuming
Christ is
a
there.
part of him, I guess.
Yeah, so I just wonder, was your mind like, it feels like if I primed you to be it's like, oh, when you experience this, you're gonna be really surprised. You're gonna feel something. It's
Hold
gonna be
on, hold on,
real,
Blaster.
and then
Is
you
there anybody
finally
that's
do it.
willing to drop? Just because I do have people. I guess I can't have any more people up on the panel right now, and I don't want to change the layout. Anybody's welcome to come back up. It's just otherwise I'm gonna have to drop.
I can drop if you want to
Okay, AK.
bring up Honest.
All right, AK. Thank you. You're a martyr. You're a true martyr. Go on, Blaster.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, go ahead,
So,
and then
I mean-
I'll make my remark, and then I'll drop as well.
Okay.
Get going.
Yeah, go ahead, Cedar.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna remark that, it doesn't make it any less real, right? An experience. So take, for instance, placebo. Placebo still has an effect.
Right.
What we don't like about placebo is that it shows that, something that is being tested against just doesn't work. The placebo is an amazing thing. Placebo is amazing.
Even that, even if you know it's not real.
Yeah. The fact that we can take a sugar pill and our body responds in some kind of way, it's doing what we wanted. We got where we wanted. The problem with placebo is that it can't always be relied upon. And that's why it's tested against, or that's why other drugs are tested against it. The scientific method, being able to repeat a success multiple times, right? But yeah, even if it is a somatic experience or a mystical experience, that doesn't make it any less real.
Right.
And ultimately, if we're narrowly only speaking about the Eucharist, we're speaking about the Eucharist, not speaking about famine, we're not speaking about genocide, we're not speaking about things like that. So what is the harm that is being done? In that moment, there is none. In fact, it's doing something very marvelous for that person.
See,
so yeah, that's all I had to say.
I get what you're saying there. I would rebut with my own little testimony where so I never had First Communion, I don't believe, or I was never confirmed. So when I was young and I would go to church, I would see everybody get up and they would go and take communion or the Eucharist. And I was told strictly that I could not because I was not confirmed. And that was because as a young child, I was like terrified of the like classes because they like showed us this really scary video. It was a cartoon of like Jesus being nailed to the cross and what have you. From that, I did get, kind of the feeling of you're not one of us, and it was never like inclusive, I guess, is the way that I would word it. Like it was more of like well, you got to put in the work. And from there, it just kind of seemed like, steps of control and manipulation when it comes to like how like a cult works, where it's like, oh, you have to do this, this, and this, and then you can do the communion, and then the communion will make you feel really cool. And, like that could even be a buildup from other people And when you do that, yeah, somatically you might have this placebo effect. So yeah, like I agree. Like if you were to narrow it down to like that moment and that nice thing for them, that's true. But there's always, like you said, there's always kind of a positive and negative to everything. Thanks, Marduk. Honest, are you there?
Yep. Yeah, I'm here.
What's your thoughts? What's your best memory? What's your worst memory as a Christian?
Best memory, worst memory. You talking about specifically concerning the faith or just in general?
As a Christian, what is your best and worst memory in regards to your Christianity?
Let's start with my worst memory.
Sure.
I used to go to a church that was heavy on when I was a kid. They were heavy on like preaching God's gonna get you and basically hellfire and brimstone, pretty much to scare anybody, scare the hell out of anybody. And I used to have nightmares about God, leaving me behind, and kind of some of the rapture,
like the rapture
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that used to terrify me as a child. But as I grew older and started to study the Bible on my own, and develop my own personal relationship with God, my best experience would be in a time of study where I was going through a very difficult time in a marriage that I had before, and I felt tangibly God's presence in the room when everything felt, like it was falling apart, and I couldn't see him, couldn't sense him with your normal senses, but I knew for certain that he was there with me.
Interesting. So that's your best memory?
That'd be my best memory.
Okay.
It's hard to explain. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but yeah, that'd be my best memory.
That like feeling of security and
yeah, just emotional, going through a difficult time and just feeling a tangible emotional experience. That's what I would say the best.
Okay. I mean, valid. I agree. Like, these things sound great, right? And I wish that I felt the same. I would like to ask the rest of the panel, have you like had that feeling before? And now, like, after kind of maybe deconstructing a little bit, what are your thoughts?
Well, I can tell you, I had that experience both as a Christian and post-Christianity. I sort of have learned to induce that feeling in myself through meditation and stuff like that. It's pretty easy if you can control your state of mind and find moments of peace and sort of be inward facing to induce those kinds of feelings in yourself. Which is one of the reasons why, for me, it was kind of easy to say, hey, these experiences are so subjective. It's not proof, it's not evidence of anything. So in light of the lack of evidence, this is just something that I can experience. I can experience it when I want to. And it does feel great when you can find those moments of lucidity or, internal peace. But for me, it's not evidence of religion or God or anything like that.
Yeah, I've had that experience of that internal peaceful moment, but then I realized later when I started being able to have those moments way outside of a church setting that that was just my nervous system regulating. It had nothing to do with faith. That was just my nervous system regulating itself. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've had moments of like great security that I've actually kind of been able to just like, I've been in trouble before, and instead of praying to God, I actually prayed to Satan just to see if it would be comforting, because it just seemed like, there's nothing else that I can do right now in this like hard time, and yeah, why don't I just pray to Satan to see if that like gives me some sort of like comfort, and it did. And I think that there's a catharsis that goes on when you pray. Oh, did it, Honest? Where'd you go? that
Believe?
that can make you kind of feel safe, I guess, or secure. Usually, Honest is
I think that,
ready for a little bit of a discussion there, but I don't know.
yeah, he's ready to battle usually. I think the power suggestion has a lot to do with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. KG, can I get your age, please?
35.
All right. What are your best memories and worst memories as a Christian?
Well, before that, I've only been here for like 2 seconds, but I think you were starting to explain when you became praying to Satan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I believe that is a step in finding out the truth. Is someone gets you with a huge deep dive, you get angry, you think that'll get his attention. I think it's a step, because most atheists, they know more about religion than most.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's correct?
Yeah. I would say yes. In my experience, yes.
So you thought you'd pray to
I
Satan
will
one
drop
day,
for honest.
hoping to get God's attention, but
No,
didn't,
I didn't
and
want to
then
get
now-
God's attention. I just wanted to see if it would be comforting to me.
it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It
'cause
possibly
it's
could
cathartic.
be because maybe
It's like writing down in a
maybe
journal.
they're trick. Maybe we're being fooled because the winners of every war write the books or whatnot. Maybe this place is run by Satan, and maybe I don't know. Maybe that
Hear
book was
me
written.
out. Hear me out on
I
this.
don't know.
Ragnarok has already happened, and Loki is the god of the Bible. That's.
Honestly, that makes way more sense. That, like, logically, that makes my mind feel better. Because
You're not far off.
You can sleep
Emerald
peacefully
Tablet.
now, my children.
You ever heard of the Emerald Tablets?
yeah, I haven't really read too much into the Emerald Tablets. Refresh my memory.
Well, it's written by a guy named Thoth.
Yeah,
It says everything that is in the Bible. They just have different names. Like Thoth was like several different people. He was Enoch. He was I think he was maybe what had been Zeus. All these gods are the same gods, just with different names. You know what I mean? So the
Yeah.
Loki comment.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, they're all like similar, very same stories. Like Hare Krishna. Krishna has the same virgin birth, resurrection, all that stuff. Just different names.
Perseus, Dionysus turned water into wine. There's a lot of connections between religions, probably because, like there are with evolutionary trees, there are like evolutionary religious trees, where you could see kind of the ancestral like connection between certain religions, like the similarities of Zeus and Thor are hard to miss.
Can I chime in on that?
Go ahead.
None of those legends speak of a God creator that died in a sacrificial way for the salvation of mankind.
Yes,
Only
they
the
are.
Christian. What,
Nope.
what story? What story is that?
That I don't know the name of the book. Hare Krishna, Hindu god.
Krishna.
His name's Hare Krishna. He died and rose. The Egyptian.
No,
I believe
you missed my
Horus?
statement. I didn't say died and rose. I said died as a sacrifice for mankind. None of them.
Well, that's what it means in those other religions.
No, it
They
doesn't.
might have just worded it differently.
The emphasis in the other religions are that he was God because he died and he resurrected, but it doesn't give any emphasis concerning the reason why he died as being a sacrificial reason.
In early Christianity, and Dionysus was one that has like sacrificed themselves. So like Demeter also, she was kind of given to Hades, and then she also represents the spring and when the winter comes. There's a similar kind of connection with Jesus when it comes to seasons. When Christianity
is
first started,
sacrifice.
though, when Christianity first started, there was actually what they called the Gnostics, and the Gnostics were an early, like, there was a couple of different sects, like the Sethians, the Valentinians, the Marcionites. There's a lot of them. They actually did not believe in like repenting and sacrifice. They believed more in wisdom and gaining knowledge
Scythians?
as a way to become closer with God. It was
Yeah, like
the
Odin. Odin sacrificed himself for
oh
knowledge.
yeah, Odin. Yeah, Odin
Yeah.
sacrificed
For
himself.
knowledge, not for the salvation of mankind.
Right,
Well,
right, right.
well, sir, instead of
But
arguing on whether or
so
not
if you think about that though, in terms when it comes to knowledge, it becomes the betterment for mankind because he shares the knowledge. So he didn't directly sacrifice himself for exact mankind. He sacrificed himself for the betterment of knowledge to help mankind proceed.
And
The
there's
instead
pursuit
of
of
actually
arguing
knowledge
on
is
whether or not it
the
happened in these
pursuit
one
of
other
at a
knowledge
time,
is
religions,
everybody.
selfish.
One at a time.
you should be
One
you
at a
should
time.
be you should be happy that it happened in all these different religions all across the world, thousands of years apart, because that means they all have similar stories. That means it happened. Something they all were saying the same stuff, but with different names.
Well, here's the problem I have with it. Jesus said, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. There is no way to the Father but by me. So he set himself apart from any other belief system in the world.
So are you? Do
But
you
he
believe in the
only
Holy
came for
Trinity?
the lost sheep of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So you are
Does the
correct.
unique
Thank you,
wait,
AK.
hold
Hold
on.
on. I want to address what AK said. You are absolutely correct.
Well, I have a
So
question.
Jesus is. Can I address AK real quick?
I
So
guess
she mentioned that he only.
Let's let him talk to AK and then ask your question after that, Blaster. Thanks.
So AK mentions that Jesus said that he came for the lost sheep of Israel, and that's an absolutely true statement.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I know she studied. So Jesus did come for the lost sheep of Israel, but the issue with the situation was Israel rejected him. Israel rejected him. He came as an Israelite, but his own did not receive him. So after his resurrection, he commissioned apostles to provoke the Israelites to jealousy. He offered salvation, which would have only been for them. He offered it to the entire world to provoke the Israelites to jealousy, and jealousy is now the means in which the Israelites will come in.
This is
Well,
like
Israel is an Egyptian word.
fan fiction.
Yeah.
Blaster.
I just want to know,
yeah, what's
like,
your question?
yeah, does the uniqueness of the belief system validate it in any way?
It just sets it apart. I think with so many religions that are all saying the same thing, it allows it being set apart. That allows you to analyze it a little bit more closely.
Okay, so let me rephrase the question here. What about, you're sitting here saying that, oh, none of these other deities that sacrifice themselves for the sake of humanity, for salvation or whatever. Number one, most of the other religious paths don't even have the same view of salvation that Christianity has. Number one. Number two, you are using that as a way to say, oh, this is the one that makes Christianity valid. Well, if no other religion is looking for that same vein of salvation, then what makes Christianity the only way? What makes it to where that needs to be the belief system that all other belief systems need to match up to?
That's a wonderful question. That's a wonderful question.
That's what I want
I'm gonna let you guys talk for a second. I'll be right back.
And add to that, when
what makes
Hare Krishna, Hinduism is 8,000 years older
Hey,
than Christianity. And
KG, let her
Buddhism is
finish.
1,000. I'm adding to what she was
KG,
saying.
okay. Let me hear
I'm sorry.
let me hear her what she's saying, because she was saying something really good.
Yeah, and there's my question is basically to you is why do the other religions need to meet Christianity's benchmark? Because that's
So
the
so
thing. My
so here's the
religion
pivot.
that I follow now, I have no concerns about whether or not my deities sacrifice themselves for salvation of any kind, because that's not my goal point in life anymore. So what makes
So let me
them
let me
need to match up to Christianity?
I love the question. That's a phenomenal question. This is what I will say. So they don't have to match or need, so a person going to see value in the Christian message just based off of their own experience. It's either valuable to you or it's not. But what it does highlight and what it does emphasize is that In this view, the creator God who's responsible for all mankind, let's not get it twisted. God's responsible for creation. The good, the
That's
bad, and
your
the ugly.
opinion.
What happened? Well, this I'm giving the view, right? That's all. I'm not pushing this on anybody. You can take what you want.
Your view.
So God, okay, God created creation, so that means that the outcome of creation would be his responsibility if he created, correct? Can we at least say that if he's God, it's his responsibility, the murders and all of the things that took place?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it would be his responsibility. So what the Christian faith view shows is that a righteous God took responsibility for an unrighteous creation. And the way that he did it is that he didn't demand righteousness from mankind. What he did is he came and sent his son as a substitute for mankind to pay the penalty for mankind's outcome. That's a
So
righteous and a responsible father.
So he kept fucking up the program and kept wiping everything out. And so at the end, he was like, I'm just going to give my kid up because he couldn't get it right. Are you serious?
So the only thing that could be considered a F up would be the fact that he gave man free will.
There's
so it's not him.
Where in the scripture where's the scripture on free will?
So free will happens whenever God gave
No. I said, where's the scripture on free will?
I'm giving it to you. It's the verse that says, I put two trees in the midst of the garden, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil and the tree of life.
That's not a verse. You're giving me a monologue.
Well, just go. I don't have the verse, but go to Genesis. You'll read it. He gave mankind a choice. When a choice is given, free will is also given.
That's not the same. Free will and free choice are not the same. Nice try. Where's the verse on free will?
Okay, free will is certainly a choice. What do you mean?
Can I jump in? I don't believe in free will. Do you think when you do free will that you're tricking him? Like you're going to go to the grocery store, but then at the last minute you're like, oh, I'm going to go to the bar. Like, do you think you're tricking him?
What I mean by free will is that he gives you the choice. If you want to kill your baby, you can do so. And if
you got to use TikTok standards, dude. You can't use words like that on TikTok. You're going to get his live taken down.
My bad. I didn't mean that. You can unalive your child if you choose. Like pregnant mothers can unalive their children if they choose. Or you can be pro-life and allow your child to live.
Where can we do that?
Every person got a choice today.
No, we don't.
You don't get to. No, you still can. Do you know abortions were done before any law was given?
Yeah, they've been going on since the dawn of time. Yeah.
Yeah, so people, it doesn't. You don't need a law.
They even have them in the Bible. There's
abortion is a way for God
in the Bible.
Yeah, abortion is what God did when he sacrificed Jesus. No, wasn't that
abortion is not
a very late term? A very late term abortion.
Oh, yeah. I hope. Yeah, y'all don't hurt.
By definition, I'm just being technical. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. Don't take this personally.
Well, sarcasm. I mean, I don't take it personally. I'm saying sarcasm obviously is intended to attack, so that's fine.
No,
that's
it's not. It's usually to break up a tense moment. That is like when somebody feels uncomfortable, so they bust out with a funny remark. Calm down.
Okay. No, I'm calm. I mean, I'm not yelling or anything. But that's to say that. So basically, the Christian view, the Christian
to my question.
Right.
So, and here's your answer. The Christian view exalts love as the reason. That's why it's set apart from all other reasons, all other views.
Really?
Yeah, it exalts love.
The Old and New Testament.
I think Christianity is the reason why you can't. Society that can't get out of bed in the morning without medication. It's raising kids in fear that you have to listen or you're going to burn. Like instead of teaching them that, teach them how special they are. Teach them to find out their purpose. Like, why would you teach somebody?
That's not my faith.
You gotta fear.
The Bible, I believe, says that it's the goodness of God that leads men to repentance, not preaching that they're going to go to hell. So the good news, the gospel that Paul preaches, literally doesn't discuss going to hell. It discusses.
So then you're a Paulinian and not. So then you're a believer of Paul.
I love how in the YouTube chat right now it says, "Careful, the Almighty doesn't forgive insults so easily."
Can I ask him a question? You keep saying like the Bible says, and then you'll give like a vague.
The people that are closest to going to heaven on this panel are the atheists. They're not telling anybody they're going to hell.
Let's not interrupt each other. One moment, guys.
Jesus Christ, because they're not telling anybody they're wrong, and they're not telling anybody they're going to burn.
All right, sorry, Dan.
About that, sorry.
Dan's moment to speak right now.
Yeah. First of all, First of all, like I want to push back on the notion that free will is exemplified in the Adam and Eve story, because they didn't even know anything until they ate of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So their choice to eat the fruit was not informed. They didn't have.
So it was informed. Didn't God tell them that if you eat of the tree of
Hey, you
knowledge of good
gotta
and
let
evil,
him
you would die?
finish speaking, sir. Let him finish, please. Keep going, Dan. Sorry about that.
Their choice was literally not informed. In fact, Eve was not even present when God told Adam not to eat of the fruit. So
Well,
Eve,
if you look at the story, Eve didn't. The fall didn't take place till Adam partook of the fruit. The fall didn't happen when Eve took. Is when Adam took of the fruit.
okay,
Then the fall took place.
but was that choice to eat the fruit or not eat the fruit informed? Did they know the weight of that choice given their innocence?
Well, Eve's response to the serpent proves that she knew she was informed, whether it was
No, it
from
doesn't.
God
No,
or Adam.
it does not prove that. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
do you understand what I mean when I say informed?
Well, God told them that they would die if they ate of the tree, right?
Okay, but like that's like me saying to a child, if you don't talk to strangers, otherwise they might get you or something like that. Like a kid does not understand what that means.
Well, he wasn't talking to kids. He
Let's
was
see how
talking
much
to
this guy knows about
grown
the
men,
Garden of Eden.
grown
What was the
women.
third kid's name?
Seth, you don't play with me.
What?
I know that
Good.
book.
I would love to tell you guys my opinion on the garden.
So you think Adam and Eve that humanity began with Adam and Eve? Is that what you're saying?
No, we were talking
Honest.
about free will. I didn't even get into that.
You just brought up. Oh.
So you're saying that the fact
So when
that
Cain said, "You can't throw me out there; they will kill me," who are they?
Well, if you realize Adam and Eve lived for 900 some odd years, so just because the Bible highlights
27 kids.
Cain,
There's no
Cain and Abel.
there's no recorded unalivement of Eve, so you need to withdraw
Well, it says
that
Adam,
statement.
Well, no. If you go look at it, it says God created man and woman in His image, and He called them Adam. So, from God's perspective, Adam and Eve were both called Adam, but
No, they were
Adam
not.
named his wife Eve. Well, go look at the verse where Adam dies, and you'll find out.
Also, hold on. I also want to argue if God created Adam and Eve and also took a bone from Adam, if that were true, then men would have one less bone. We all have the same. So there's that. That automatically goes out the window.
it's actually
So, are we talking about
And then
free
I
will, or are
also
we
would
talking
like to
about?
point out, hold on, and this is
man
just
is the creator of life, when
me
woman
poking
is the creator
fun.
of life.
But if Eve is the one who fucked up so much, why are men the ones who have Adam's apples?
That was his penalty.
Are we talking about free will? Are we talking about free will? Or are we going to nitpick the Bible? Or you gonna
Let's get back on. Dan, were you done finishing your thought there?
Well, no, I just he didn't answer my
Can I please tell
question.
you my thought on Adam and Eve?
He didn't answer my
KG,
question.
one moment.
He didn't answer my question when I asked him, does he understand what I mean when I say informed?
No. What do you mean? What do you mean when you say informed? Go ahead.
It's like let's talk about it in the context of consent. Like informed is one of the things that consent needs to be in order for consent to be present. And it means that you're fully aware of the ramifications of this choice.
Mm-hmm.
In a way where you can make a decision that is in a way where you can responsibly be left to make a decision. It's like you don't leave it. It's like you don't give someone you don't tell someone, oh, if you choose between this box, you can choose between what's in this box or what's in this box. And there's like one of the things in the box is like, they're unalignment or something like that. Like that's not an informed decision.
Right. Or like say you're given a decision of like if you agree to this, you'll get a brand new car, but then they don't tell you if you disagree to this, then you're going to jail.
And really, like they were not informed because like God, like what God said would happen.
Are you going to answer the question that you just asked, or are you going to allow me to respond to what you're saying?
I was elaborating, and I was adding more context. You really,
sir, fruits of the spirit.
The garden will tell you the answer to that.
Yeah, honest.
Well, like
patience.
What like they were not informed even by the serpent or by God, because God said that they would unalive if they ate of the fruit. And they didn't.
Okay, you're telling me they weren't
interrupting.
Please stop interrupting me. They didn't unalive when they ate the fruit. You just said that they lived for like 900 years. So what happened did not happen. What God said would happen did not happen.
Right.
Okay,
So
go back to your question, which was, do I understand? Because you're going all over the place. Do I
Yeah.
understand what you
So
mean?
do you now? Do you
Do I?
know?
Hold on, hold on. You said, do I understand what you mean when you say, were they informed? And my question now, after you've explained it, is absolutely I understand.
Your persecution
So,
complex is making you be really, really agitated, and you need to check your tone.
are you kidding me? You need to quit wearing your emotions on your sleeve. All you guys have been, I mean, you guys are easily being sarcastic. Y'all being easily sarcastic on me. You don't have me crying like that. I don't care about how. Don't be that sensitive, bro.
You don't think you're being emotional right
Nobody
now.
that's truly
Okay,
informed realizes
don't
that
be
they
that.
don't know
Don't be
anything.
that sensitive. Don't be that sensitive. By the way.
Me?
Yeah, you're over here talking about I'm being a persecute, whatever you said. Like, come on now, let's be adults.
I said you have a persecution complex.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay. I mean, I don't even know what that is. Can you hear me without it? Can you hear me without being
Big
offended?
surprise.
I'm not offended.
True
I
wisdom is
said you are
realizing
the
you
one
don't know
who's
anything.
all right, everybody.
Okay.
Don't make me get
Okay.
all Sally, Jesse Raphael on everybody here. Lily, what did you have something to say?
Honest, honey, bless your heart. Number one. I love that you're sitting here telling everybody to calm down. Your voice is the one that's getting agitated and raising voices.
He told
And
me to
you
calm down.
also, darling, honey, darling, bless your sweet little heart. Also, you have
are
not
from
given
Kansas
one
City.
straight answer this entire time, which I find is really
I'm trying to
good.
answer his question. He asked about.
Honey, you haven't given a straight answer
informed.
to a single. You haven't given a straight answer to a single
Okay,
question. I never got an answer to
can I
my
answer
question.
Dan's question? Can I answer Dan's question since that's what's at hand right now, please, without it being interrupted, please?
Sweet mother of God.
So
Does anybody else
informed,
feel like
yes, he was informed.
More persecution complex.
What's the winner get of this argument?
I swear to God, like if we super glued his mouth shut, he would fart himself to death.
They won't let me. They won't let me answer you, Dan. Dan, didn't you ask a question? Didn't Dan ask me a question?
Honest answer.
So your
answer
answer
the
to that
question.
is just that yes, they were informed, like no elaboration.
Okay, so let me elaborate because everybody keeps interrupting me. I've been trying to elaborate. So here we go. They were informed. Are you inferring that when God commanded that they would surely unalive if they ate of the tree, that was not qualified as information?
Did they unalive when they ate of the fruit?
So you got to understand biblical context.
Nope.
Are you going to make up
They
words?
did.
Are you
So
going to redefine
so
words?
they died spiritually. Death spiritually is to be separated from
spiritually.
God.
There we are.
And they died. A day is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is unto a day with the Lord. Prophetically, they died within 1,000 years.
And yes
so that's
means
a prophetic
no,
day.
and no means maybe, and maybe means possibly, and
And Big Bang means
spirit-
Can
creation
I
from
please jump in about the
nothing.
garden?
And talking snakes and serpents.
yeah, and spiritually means this
There
is
was
a
no
cheat
garden.
code for.
And boys can be girls, and boys can be girls, and girls can be boys. Like we can
Yeah,
go.
have you
We can go
ever heard
back
of
and forth.
intersex?
Hey,
There are people who
yeah,
are
we don't
actually
need
born
transphobia in here.
There
And
are.
it's completely
There's no
sanitary.
gender in
And
heaven.
it's completely
Honest.
sanitary to have anal sex. We can keep on playing back and forth.
But
Honest.
they say that what happens in the bedroom between a husband and a wife is blessed by God. Why are you kink shaming?
Sodomy was cursed. There was a whole city that was destroyed because of sodomy. So
You
Then
obviously,
why
don't
did God
understand
put
should
the
not.
male
what that
G
story is
spot
about.
in the rectum?
It's up to
like
you.
when you
It's
milk
up to
the
you if anal sex
prostate.
is sanitary. That's your.
What'd you say?
Why did God put the male G spot in the rectum then?
Yeah, this is what we call the backshot arguments against God, and why God could also just be for sodomy, as you put it. Why would you put a
Interesting.
prostate there? Why would you make a happy spot only accessible from the back?
I'm not the creator, and I wouldn't judge him. I know that much.
Right.
You just went off on
just did.
judging.
Well, the
saying
Bible says a lot of
sodomy.
times where Jesus says it's okay to be.
Sorry, I just want to say nowhere in the Bible does it say that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because of sodomy. It doesn't actually say that.
Are you kidding me? They literally said, "Let us have the men inside so that we can have sex with them." They were literally.
There's a
destroyed
verse
for
where
sex.
Jesus says it's okay.
Because they wanted to essay them. Because they wanted to do it without consent.
No,
Exactly.
no, you guys are sure can create a narrative to fit your own evil desires.
Do you
That is
know
crazy.
how? Do you know how that story ends?
I've read the whole book.
Do
I
you
know
know
how
how?
it all ends.
Do you know how that story ends? With Lot and
How
his
Sodom and
daughters.
Gomorrah? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
What
it doesn't mean that
happens?
God
What
can.
happens between Lot and his
Yeah.
daughters?
So Lot and his daughters, technically the daughters rape Lot, and guess what happens?
Say
They
great.
bear
Bro,
children. No,
TikTok
check this out.
standards.
Check this out.
You got to use
Oh,
appropriate
sorry.
wording.
So they essay their father. Okay, he was drunk. They essay their father, and this is what happens. They bear children that end up being cursed, and it's a cursed lineage.
Right.
The Bible's transparent.
Story.
That's how you know it's true.
The story is an ancient Hebrew tale to explain, like, what is it, the Moabites, I believe.
Yep, that's the Moabites.
Yeah, it's just a metaphor for where these people came from and how
that story ends with Apostle Paul saying,
"What is your proof?
Of which of this?
What is your proof that it's a metaphor?
For the entire Old Testament is an allegory." That's the last verse.
Benny, what is your proof that as an allegory?
Do you think
Apostle Paul says, "For which of these words of this story do you take to the letter? For this, the entire Old Testament is an allegory." That's the last verse of that story, isn't it?
I'm not talking to you, KG. I'm talking to Benny. Mentioned that it was a.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's exactly what an allegory is. Exactly what he said.
It is an allegory.
No, Benny was talking about the Moabites.
Yeah,
Benny's talking about the Moabites.
Do you think that Jacob and Israel, like that Jacob was an actual person?
Of course he was. He was married to Rachel.
Yeah. Do you understand that these are metaphors for like groups of people?
No.
Do you know that
parables?
Do you know what happened?
No, brother.
In exile, when the Babylonian exile happened, post Babylonian exile, the Hebrew people were kind of picking up the pieces of what was their history, and this is where they kind of, put these stories together because they had to orally keep these stories. They couldn't keep them written down because they were exiled from their homes, and this was a way for them to hold on to their culture, which then was later appropriated by the Romans and turned into Christianity.
Who was the king of Babylon?
Who gave you the
Cyrus.
authority to interpret what God meant in the scriptures?
Nebuchadnezzar. Sorry. What?
Nimrod, wasn't it?
And Nimrod. There's a multiple.
He built the Tower of Babel because he believed he could get to heaven with hard work and you don't need any help.
Yeah, that's
So
another metaphor.
Yeah, they just separated us.
What was your question, Honest?
I didn't have a question. I'm just, you guys are, there's no getting through to you guys. You have rejected the simplicity that is in the word, so there is no salvation for you unless you repent.
The story of sodomy is, you're trying to appropriate that and say that girls becoming boys and sexual immorality is what the point of that story is, when it's about
the Bible condemns homosexuality in multiple different places. Jesus directly
himself says it's okay.
Can I finish?
Honest,
He says
let me say one last thing to you. Let me say one last thing to you, darling.
KG,
One last thing
I
before
appreciate you
go ahead and
coming
drop
up.
the
I gotta let you drop. You've interrupted too many times. Honest. What's up?
Last little thing I have to say to you, Honest.
Yeah.
You're in here assuming that any one of us in here is chasing salvation, and that was your first mistake.
Possibly.
I'm assuming. You're in here assuming that we're in here chasing salvation, and that we even have the view that we need it. When you came in here, you said you weren't proselytizing, but here you are, honey, telling us why our views are wrong and that your God is the only way and your salvation's the only way. Well, guess what, honey? I am much happier to live out my days focusing on the way that I care for people, the way I love people, the way I decide to raise my children to call out racists, homophobes, and everything else of the sort. And teaching my children the only requirement.
Don't forget about the Jesus-ophobes.
The what?
Don't forget about the Jesus-ophobes.
That sounds like somebody who thinks who believes in flat Earth would say. Are you a flat earther?
Are you Q-Top? Because
am I what?
Are you a flat earther?
He's a flat earther.
Y'all talking over each other. I'm trying to hear.
Are you a flat earther?
That's not what was asked at first. Somebody asked something else.
That's what I've been asking.
Q-Top is also a flat earther. She just wants to know, are you a flat earther? Do you believe
You're
the
not
Earth
going
is
to be able to
flat?
put me into any. You're not going to be able to put me in any group. I'm just a believer of the Bible. So if the
Yes,
Bible
he
says the
believes
Earth
in
is
flat
flat,
Earth. He
if the
believes in
Bible says
flat
the Earth
Earth
is flat,
chaos.
Well,
You're
if you're gonna
if the
welcome.
Bible said if the Bible says the Earth is flat, then that's what I believe. So
Yeah, like I always
Okay.
say this: don't half-ass it, whole-ass it. So, if you're
yeah,
gonna be a Bible believer, then you got to take everything that goes with it, and you might as well just become a
If you're gonna hold a
Calvinist.
delusion,
Yeah,
yeah, I
go full
take all
on.
the Bible. I take the whole Bible. I just don't want you guys to give me any titles that
So,
aren't in the
okay,
Bible.
so if you take the whole Bible, then you are okay with all of the essay that happens in the Bible to women.
and owning
And the
Just
people
because
slavery.
the
as
Bible.
property.
So hold on, listen. Just because the Bible's transparent about history doesn't mean that it condoned history.
He orders it in Deuteronomy. He says it's
Oh,
fine.
Yeah, Numbers
sexual
31.
abuse, sexual.
No. Deuteronomy 21, 10 through 14. You can, after you've
Go
murdered
ahead.
and unalived them, and then you can take the pure ones, the young ones who are pretty, and you can shave their heads, cut their nails, let them mourn their family for 30 days, and then you can go into them. There's no consent there. That's abduction, and that's essay, any way you put it.
And also
Okay, that's
Numbers
fine.
31
You guys have
with
a
the
very limited
Midianites.
understanding of the scripture.
Abducting somebody and going into them is a limited understanding, sir?
You're not understanding that Jesus is the complete revelation of the invisible God. So
What does that have to do with
What kind of,
abducting somebody
like-
and making them your quote unquote wife and going into them when they're young, when they're
Hold on.
teens?
AK, honestly,
Sorry.
you realize that, like, when you say things like that, like, you're understanding that Jesus is that's like a thought terminating cliche, right? Like, so that adds nothing to the conversation. You're just saying, like, oh,
yeah,
you're not understanding that Jesus wins.
Y'all think that I'm here to prove God to y'all. That's not my job. That's the Holy Spirit's job.
Then why
I'm here to be a
try to
voice.
do it?
Yeah, why are you here?
I'm
then?
here to be a voice. I'm just because my job is to be a voice. The Holy Spirit does the work, and
Well,
He's
this
working.
voice
He's
asked your
working.
voice a question about essay.
And I don't have to. I'm not enforced to answer anybody.
What about slavery then? Leviticus 25, 44 through 46.
Yeah, I come from slaves. My people were slaves.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool for somebody to essay somebody. Wow.
No, I think SA is wrong.
You just supported
So-
it in
So when
Deuteronomy.
God commanded, is it still wrong?
You guys have a very limited understanding
Second
of the
Samuel,
Bible.
in 2 Samuel 12, David's wives are punished for David's sin. They are essayed for his sin.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't stand in judgment between a perfect God. Like
You
I don't
gotta
make
whole
judgments
ass
about
this,
God. I say,
honest. What you gotta say?
No,
is,
you're-
yes, my God does condone slavery. Yes, my God
I wouldn't dare.
tells you how to treat your slaves. Yes, my God tells you how to treat your fellow Israelite slaves, slash, bond servants, if you will, and your neighborly slaves, which are
He's dealing with
meant to
fallen
be
mankind.
property.
That's the thing.
Also, my
But then you
God
gotta understand that he's
does.
dealing with
My
fallen
God
mankind.
does.
See, at least Rabbi Hannah goes, my God is a sick fuck sometimes.
Right.
Like, she is open about it.
Right. Well, and
Yeah,
the
she's
Jewish
probably
people,
going to hell.
the Jewish people realize that God is fallible. That's where Christians got it wrong.
Oh wow, God is fallible. That is crazy. That's an oxymoronic
I'm sorry. Did
statement.
he rest on the seventh day?
His resting, if you understand the word, see, you guys have a very poor understanding of scripture. That resting doesn't mean he took a nap. It means he stopped. It means he ended his work.
Sweet little
He
heart.
stopped
Bless
working.
your sweet little heart. Oh my goodness.
Go look at the definition of the word. I'm not making this
Honest, can
stuff
I,
up. You guys
honest,
go.
can I ask you a question?
You really think God rested? It just means he stopped
Honest.
working. That's what that word
So,
means.
so when you say that he was dealing with fallen mankind, I believe that's what you said, right?
Yes, sir.
So he's not all powerful then, because he can't stop the things that are going on.
He's all powerful, but he doesn't cross his word. So if he's given a word saying that he's given the earth into mankind's dominion, he doesn't usurp that word. He's a king.
If
Except
he's
for all
all
the times in the
powerful, how
Bible that
come
he
iron
does,
can defeat him?
right?
I didn't hear him. What did you say?
Except for all of the many times in the Bible when he does, right? Like when he hardens Pharaoh's heart, when he sends the she-bears to attack, when he floods the world, things like that. Those, it's okay for him to affect mankind.
No, he never gave up. Didn't Noah make it through the flood?
Wait, no. But can he interfere or can't he interfere? Because you just said that he couldn't interfere.
No, he can interfere when we allow him in, but if we don't allow God in, he can't. He can't interfere.
So we allowed the flood.
Wait, what?
We allowed the flood when he
I'm
flooded the
lost,
earth and
too.
killed all of the babies.
I mean, I follow what Jason's saying, but
I don't understand. I don't understand the line of your question.
okay, here
You just said you just said he can interfere on this earth when we allow him to.
Yeah, he needs man's permission to intervene with.
So we
in
gave
the
him
earth.
permission to flood the earth.
Yeah, through our wickedness, through the whole world's wickedness, absolutely.
So that's just special.
You think those women that were impregnated by the fallen angels that created the Nephilim, do you think that they had consent?
Oh, that's wonderful. You done some study. Yeah, Genesis 6.
Mm-hmm. Also, Book of Enoch.
Did they have consent? Most likely not. I believe those angels fell and
these spiritual
took
angels
advantage of those
that
women.
had very real penises.
Yeah, if you understand the angelic kingdom, they can take on forms like human beings.
What did the babies do that were drowned in the flood, though? They were innocent.
Well, a lot of those people, if you understand what it means when it says Noah was perfect in his generations, that word generations means genes. What happened to the gene pool is that it became contaminated because the angelic forces
So
came and made it with the daughters of men.
you're advocating for eugenics?
I don't even know where you're getting that from. Y'all just wanting me to like y'all look silly, really.
You just said that Noah's gene is perfect and that's why everybody else was wiped out. So you just advocated for a G-side because he had perfect genes.
You ignored the whole part where I said the angels came and interfered with the genetics of man.
That
that's
sounds
not genetic.
ridiculous, first off.
Okay,
But
you don't believe in God, of course.
You just said that Noah has the perfect genes, and it's cool that God wiped everybody else out.
Once again, honest.
His perfect genes was human genes. So look, you see how y'all are yelling and stuff?
Honest. You know
I wasn't yelling, I
know
was
that the
being
Hebrew Bible
passionate.
does, kind of get into eugenics, and it does talk about keeping a pure bloodline. It says that
It sounds like y'all trying to convert me.
People that don't have like damaged testicles, those guys can go into the temple of God, but those with damaged testicles cannot. And that's
again very poor understanding of scripture. Very poor understanding of scripture.
Have you ever read like anything like any biblical scholarship at all?
I'm very fluent in the Bible.
What does that mean?
I'm very fluent in the Bible. I know what's in the Bible.
How?
Study. I don't read man's interpretation of scripture.
Sure. All right. Here's a question for you then. Should you follow everything that God tells you to do? Should you just accept what God says and never question or say wrestle with God?
So the Bible says to rightly divide the word of truth. That means that you can wrongly divide it. You have to know how to study the Bible in order to understand it.
If God tells you something, should you just take it from the mouth of God and take it as truth, or can you deny God and wrestle with it? Can you say, no, I am against that?
Are you talking about if God talked to me directly?
Yes.
Today?
Yes.
If God gave me a command today, I should follow that command.
Okay, so you have no idea what you're talking about then, because
how
Jacob literally wrestles with God. Jacob is a representation of Israel, the people that God's chosen people are meant to question him, are meant to.
No, that's not you. Dude, you don't have any understanding about the Bible as much as I do. You have none. And your questions are proof. Your questions are proof.
Dude, my cat even looked at the phone when you said that. Like, what the F? Like, I shit you not. My cat did.
This is what, like, a Christian, just abomination of this, actually kind of like poetic religion, I think, a ethno religion that.
Who's the apostle abnormally born? Who was the apostle abnormally born?
What?
Thank you. Y'all quiet.
What?
You don't know nothing. Who in the Bible is the apostle abnormally born?
Is this like a peeing contest? What I'm trying to tell you is that your understanding of God is this like divine command theory thing where God is always right, God is always good, where I'm trying to tell you that in the original text, it is part of the foundation. That's why God rested. That God took a break. That's why God screwed up. That's why God flooded the earth. God and Jacob wrestled. That's something to represent, like that the Jewish people can push back on God. They can say, hey, let's fight about it.
Yeah, it's called free will. That's where you can fight with God.
What is the actual definition of free will? What is your definition of free will?
Ability to choose.
Keep going, because there's more to the definition.
Forrest, you're wild.
Y'all, you're not questioning me.
You're
not putting me on trial.
I'm not putting you on trial. I'm asking you what the definition of free will is.
Well, you can tell me if you want to.
It's the ability to choose without constraint or fate. Like you can make a decision, do this or suffer is not free will. That is extortion. That is blackmail.
Is that the Webster's? Is that the Webster's definition or the Hebrew lexicon?
Oh my God.
Oh, good Lord.
What are you talking about?
That's a valid question.
It's not. Because you couldn't even give me the scripture that said free will.
Yeah,
so nice try if you want to bring this in
the Hebrew text.
Oh, so is this a peeing contest? So we got it. So it's about how much.
No, sweetie, because I can pee way farther than you, and I don't even have a dick.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, I thought we ain't supposed to say absurd things on this thing. So it's only when I say it, right?
No, it's certain words. It's other words that you were using.
Oh, so I can't use the word. I can't say SA, but she can say the D word.
Yeah, that's TikTok. That's not us.
Wow. Okay, so TikTok's even godless.
Body parts are different than referencing
offensive
violent
words. Offensive words.
No, SA is a violent act. It's not an offensive word. SA is a violent act, and that's why it gets flagged.
Y'all are funny. I'm gonna let y'all go because y'all don't know a thing.
Thank God.
You think that SA is just an offensive word? Please do go. That is disgusting.
Yep.
All right, that's cool. You're a judge, right? Y'all are judging me. Y'all are more holy. Y'all are holier than I am.
We don't have a book that says you're not
I
supposed
don't
to
care
judge
about
me.
being holy. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You said being disgusting. Y'all are judging me like I'm just some terrible sinner.
You just said that sexual assault was an offensive term. It's not an offensive term. It's a violent act.
Y'all are hypocrites because I can't judge y'all, but y'all can judge me all day long. You're hypocrites.
Sweetheart, I don't give a fucking thought about you, just like the cum tear that drained down my leg last night. You're nothing to me.
Critiquing
That's
the religion.
gross.
Wait, are you not a sinner, sir?
Benny, you can drop me so you don't get your live taken down. I'm cool with that. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
You said that we thought you were a sinner, sir. Are you not a sinner?
I am a sinner. I'm saying y'all think I'm worse than y'all because y'all are hypocrites.
Well, I've never sinned, so.
Agreed. Me either. Sinning is transgression of the law. And that's a law that I don't follow. Also, sinning is supposed to be like paid for with death, and that's icky. Hello, is everybody here?
We're all here.
Okay.
He's off the.
Just got real quiet.
He's off
Sorry.
the BibleDefender.com.
Yeah,
it is a violent act, though, not an offensive word, friend. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Wasn't this the dude who was saying that it was okay to have a purity vow? Like
Yep.
he was, he was the one that was saying that purity culture is okay.
Purity vow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Honest, I don't know what you're doing. Did you want me to drop you? If you don't respond in like 10 seconds, then I will. Because you're teacupped, so we can't hear you if you're trying to say something. Perhaps a call came through. Either way, I don't know why he comes up, and then
Wild. What the heck?
and then he just says like, "Oh, you just don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand." And it's like I've tried very, very, very hard to understand these things, and I think I do for the most part. I mean, some of it is just like impossible to understand. Thank you for the heart maze. Where, you know, it's just contradictory because, like, for instance, the divine command theory versus, you know, this idea that Jacob and God can wrestle with each other, and, you know, you can actually push back on God, which doesn't that sound more reasonable, more like logical? I never understood this, you know, like where God is right, God is always right, because there's things like every one of you just put forth, the Midianites, the shaving of the women's hairs, and like pruning of their nails, and, you know, like all these awful things that God might have commanded. You can actually explain them if you are like of the Jewish faith. You can say, yeah, those suck. You know, like those are bad things. That's not some stuff I agree with. Whereas the Christian has to just own it. What's up, puppy?
Yeah, and that's something I appreciate about most of the deconstruction chats, and especially I love a lot of Rabbi Hannah's chats. She's one of my favorites, because there is open and honest discussion about it. And you remember how I told you that I had a youth pastor that hated when I questioned him?
Mm-hmm.
His type of answering was the same kind of mess I was dealing with honest, which is why the "Oh honey, bless your heart" kept coming out.
I loved it. I loved that.
And he missed it. He didn't even acknowledge it. It made me sound like, oh no.
It was the correct amount of sassiness.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I don't have that gift of the correct amount of sassiness, so I applaud you.
We still love you, AK. We love you. Oh, everything. I loved the spiciness you were giving. That was perfect. Because I'll be completely honest. Sometimes, like, I'm multitasking and I'm not actually paying attention, even though it does seem like I'm paying attention, and I might miss a lot of stuff. So I appreciate when, like, you kind of take over like that, AK.
Thanks. I'm the enforcer. I'll be the enforcer for anybody, like the hockey player.
Right.
AK and I are your sugar and spice in here. I can provide that real sweet Southern balance of, oh honey, bless your heart, and then let AK come in right out of left field with something absolutely unhinged. Yes.
Chaos Engine sent me a Discord saying free will, the definition is the ability to act without constraint of necessity or fate. You can debunk this by having anyone hold their breath and keep it held. Don't let them breathe until their body fights them. Their body will fight and even knock you out for it to breathe. This negates the necessity point of the definition of free will, and one part negates the entire concept. So, yeah, I agree. Like, free will, you can't stop yourself from, like, passing out if you hold your breath for too long. You can't, like, make yourself breathe in water. There are things that are outside of you that do, you know, force your hand.
Have you ever tried to sneeze with your eyes open?
I heard that your brain will, like, come out of your nose. Is that
You
true?
should watch some of the videos of people attempting to do it, though. It's really it's hilarious. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm now, like, looking at all my Discord messages.
Well, like the free will, get food poisoning and try to have free will, like, for real.
Well, and there's, like, libertarian free will, there's, like, compatibilism or what have you, and all of those things. Free will can exist in a Christian theology, though, unless you are able to say that God does not know the future. If God can say that prophecy is one way to, like, test whether or not it is from God, then free will can't exist, because God does know the future. God is able to make certain futures happen. Romans 9, you know, I bring this up a lot. The potter and the clay, you know, God knows you. He stitches you in your womb or in the womb, and he forms you. And, you know, with Jacob and Esau, he hated Esau for no reason at all, and Esau, you know, had to suffer because of that. And it's just in the scripture over and over again Pharaoh's heart is hardened by God. I mean, Pharaoh does harden his own heart in the beginning, and then God is like, well, let me just harden it now. But still, that's kind of the point. Forrest, we don't actually necessarily need ops for this. Were you ever Christian?
Hell no, brother.
No, I was.
What's your best memory and worst memory if you got one?
Vacation Bible school, kicking everybody else's, you know what, knowing the Bible. I went to Pentecostal church one time. My dad used to take us to VBS. Like we'd go to my dad's in like for the month of July. It took us to. I think he accidentally took us to a Pentecostal church. They were getting pretty. They were
Wild.
imbued with the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's put it that way.
They start dancing and clogging and
trumpet, fucking.
You're inebriated in the Holy Spirit. Yeah, that was our
tambourine. Somebody's running up and down
flags,
the aisle.
banners. Yeah,
the whole works. But they found out that I knew all the books of the Bible in order. Hallelujah.
It is a miracle. It is a miracle that you knew all those books in order.
They made me get up on stage. I showed up on Monday. They made me get up on stage on Tuesday and do it in front of the whole church.
You are a testament of God's faith.
I am delivered.
You are.
Who's I take it you were you
in
were
fact,
you also,
I have that
were you also a Bible
on my
drill
phone
kid
right now.
dude, I rocked its Bible sword drills. I was so fast.
Yes, I can still do it to this day.
My wife was state champion.
Nice.
I am delivered. Oh my God, that
Don't carry your
video
purse
is...
no more.
I don't like men's no more. I don't like men's no more. It's like
we need to check on this guy.
That poor guy. I'm sure he's on Grindr every day.
Yeah, that bow tie.
I'm gonna give him 3 weeks of that before he was a gift phone.
Yeah, that bow tie is telling me the story.
It usually seems to be the case, like Lindsey Graham. Let's just use Lindsey Graham as an example, where it's just kind of this, I'm just a certified bachelor. I'm just going to be a bachelor for my whole life. That's all it is. Meanwhile, he's got like his little ladybugs, which are his like boy toys.
I feel like Bob Larson probably had a secret life too that we just don't know about yet.
What was his name? Jim Baker had like a boyfriend for years.
Yeah.
And
completely off topic. Y'all know Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out?
Oh yeah,
I saw that, and Eminem is playing the heckler.
Okay,
oh my
now
God,
it's a
that's
must.
amazing.
I was gonna refuse to watch that movie, but
why?
I'm so excited. That is what sealed the deal for me. Is when I saw that Eminem was going to be the heckler. I'm like, hell yes.
Ephesians 11.
Oh man, that's too good.
Sorry, I don't know Ephesians 11.
That's okay. I've been reading. Anybody else in here was an Adventures in Odyssey kid?
That might have been before my time. Is that 90s kid stuff?
Yeah, that's 90s, early 2000.
Oh, you're younger than me.
I'm a little old for that.
Let me look and see when that really ran. It's still
was
running, apparently.
We were PBS kids mostly, like Franklin type beat, like the Dragon Tales. It was me and my two little sisters. Everybody gets one 30-minute block.
I remember Adventures in Odyssey Club, but
yeah, Adventures in Odyssey was it was late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, they were like, I don't know if they were ever on like any channel. I feel like they were on like VHS and DVD and like
634 radio stations.
Oh, okay, so maybe they were on radio.
Yeah, they were radio. They had a handful of videos, but they were mostly radio.
Okay.
By Focus on the Family, so it would have been mostly
Focus on the
probably
Family.
Christian radio stations. Oh my God,
Ray
Dr.
Comfort?
Joe, Bible Man. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Did Ray Comfort have his fingers in that pie?
I'm not sure. I just know that one of the actors that played like the main character, Jimmy Barkley, has a blog where he's been going down his deconstruction road and airing so much dirty laundry from Focus on the Family. It's
I'm sure it is. Deborah's family was really involved in Focus on the Family, and
didn't know
she's
that.
told me some stories.
Our very own Deborah Grace,
Yes.
author of
Yes.
the book Crucifying the Bible by Deborah Grace. Check it out.
Yes.
You guys remember this show?
We've
Gullah
become
Gullah
best
Island?
friends.
Gullah Gullah
But
Island
yeah.
was the shit, though. Not gonna lie. Binya Binya Pollywog was my spirit animal.
I never saw that. All I was allowed to watch was like a show called McGee and Me, and then like the
Yep.
Hanna-Barbera like Bible movies is what we were allowed to watch. Everything else was considered of the devil.
I've heard about McGee
Yep.
and Me, and I really want to like do like a watch party for McGee and Me. 'Cause
We
I heard it's
should.
ridiculous.
It's so
it's ridiculous.
ridiculous.
I love ridiculous.
Or wait,
like,
did you guys
cringy
ever
stuff.
watch Superbook? Who watched Superbook? Anybody?
I don't know if I-
Superbook?
Superbook?
Yes. So Superbook was like this cartoon to where it was Christopher Peepers, I think was his name, and his neighbor, and then they had like this little robot, and they would time travel back into Bible days. And so like they went on all these little
That sounds vicious.
it was wild. Like
I think I watched
Christopher
an
Peepers,
episode
I
of
think
that.
is like yes, it's called Superbook.
I swear I watched. It was something like that where it was these kids, yeah, and they were on like an archaeology trip, and they like touched something, and it brings them back to when like Moses was doing something. I don't like every episode's different.
Yeah, that
For the
does sound
record,
familiar.
Chaos Engine and both Dr. Joe both just said Bible Man, and that's a yes.
Yep. Yeah. Same here. Definitely Bible man kid.
I have Bible Man on my other computer.
Do you remember Captain Planet?
Oh yeah, I mean that Captain Planet was ahead of his time.
Right. But no,
This is the cover of it.
By the way, we have a person. Oh, I do remember that.
Oh, yep. Never mind.
I don't know.
I
if
do remember that.
It looks like anime.
It
Noah's
is.
Lions, are you there?
What's going on with
can you hear
that
me?
dog?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can I
What the
just get your
dog
age
doing?
real quick?
39.
All right. What's your thoughts?
I had to remember. Oh, I was just gonna the Adventures in Odyssey brought back a memory for me.
Sorry.
Sure, bring it up. Hey,
No,
that's what
it
we're
was so
talking about
good.
right now. Is best of
Like
worst
we
memories.
always, yeah, it was great. So we always got the cassette tapes of Adventures in Odyssey every time we went on a like road trip, and would play the cassette tapes. But because the church I was raised in, we weren't allowed to listen to the radio, and like you could listen to them for free on the radio. We would take sermon tapes from church and give them to our neighbor and have the neighbor record the episodes on Saturday mornings from the Christian radio station. And then we would just have them clip out the advertisements because, you can't be listening to stuff on the radio that, you can't control. So that's how we got around the the radio rule.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Anyway, I thought you'd enjoy that nugget, and when you were talking about Noah or about Adventures in Odyssey. Anyway, now I have to go listen to Jimmy.
And I would highly encourage you, since you were an Adventures in Odyssey kid, to look up Dave Griffin. He was the voice of Jimmy Barkley. That was Jimmy Barkley.
Is he on YouTube, or where's
He
his
is on, it's his blog. He did some podcasts as well, but check out davegriffin.me, and he's got a read me first section, but his story, oh my goodness, like I can only imagine. It's intense. It's intense, but I highly encourage you to read it. It was it's his deconstruction journey.
Is that why they had to get rid of Jimmy? They don't have him anymore.
I mean, he outgrew that role a long time ago, but yeah.
Wait, is it still going on? This Adventures in Odyssey?
Yeah, Connie's still the same.
Yeah, Connie somehow that voice actor's still the same. I think she's the only one left.
Okay,
Isn't
maybe
Eugene still on? I mean, I know they changed John Avery because
This is like soap opera for kids. Is
Okay,
what it sounds
so
like.
there are only two that are there's only two that are listed as present from the, and that's Katie Lee, and yes, that was Connie.
That's Connie. Yep.
And Andre was
I don't remember who Andre was.
Oh no, he took over. Oh no, that was 2009 that he took over as Whitaker. I'm not sure who played. Yeah, Katie Lee is the only of the original actors to still be on there.
Yeah, she never ages. It's always the
Oh
same.
yeah, Will Ryan is still doing it. He took some time off, but is back doing it.
Is Will Ryan,
and Harlow Doyle.
Is that Eugene? Okay. Oh, yeah, because he switches his voice. Yep.
Yeah, Connie Kendall and Eugene Meltzner are the only two original voice actors still there.
Remember Rodney Rathbone?
Oh my god.
We're probably talking Greek to all the rest.
Yeah, I was
of
just...
What's going on? The episode in Hawaii with Rodney Rathbone and Donna.
Hawaii episodes. He actually talks about the Hawaii episodes in his
Have
blog,
a good nap,
by the
Forrest.
So I was in Hawaii, and all I could think of was like going parasailing like Eugene.
I feel like I need to go and listen to all of these and catch up.
Okay, do you remember?
You can actually
the episodes with the Oh gosh, I'll have to look it up and try to remember what it was, but it involved them time traveling back to the Revolutionary War.
Probably had to do with the Imagination Station, I'm guessing.
Yes, it was an Imagination Station episode. And then there was another one. There was one surrounding when they were, of course, remember late 80s, early 90s, we were still dealing with Satanic Panic, and they had a whole thing on Dungeons and Dragons, basically, and that one was a mess. And I remember telling my mom, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And like, why are they making this out to be bad?
Yeah, they were. Jason was involved too, right?
Yes, I think so.
Like Jason was one of the good guys, but see, I didn't equivocate it to Dungeons and Dragons because like we weren't exposed to Dungeons and Dragons. So like if they did an episode that was like a spoof on like Wizard of Oz, like I didn't see the correlation because we didn't have that, you know.
Yeah, and then
exposure.
the last one that I remember was one of my big ones was their last great adventure of summer, where they end up dealing with like he finds out that his dad is CIA and there's Scotland Yard and
yeah, those are. I like my favorite ones are like the independent ones, like where Eugene learns to drive, and another one that's my favorite is Hold Up, where they talk about objective morality.
Yes. Oh my god.
And this guy comes in and just tries to steal money from the cash register, and then like basically gets lost in the Bible room, and like shoots random cameras. That one's entertaining, even though it's like absolutely ridiculous. But
there's the tornado episodes where they get trapped because of the tornado when Connie was supposed to go out of town.
That sounds awful. Like I have.
Did they hide in the underground tunnel?
I have nightmares about tornadoes.
I know. So I know the underground tunnel they use in a lot of episodes, but
yeah.
Frivolous
and then
lawsuits
there
episodes.
Yep,
there's so many episodes. If you go on, I think is it focusonthefamily.com, you can listen to like maybe 5 or so for free at a time. But if you know someone who has access to like if you pay so much
like you
a month, well, because my sister used to have it for her kids, so I would just use their passwords like a Hulu, and then you could listen to it.
Blake, Adventures in Odyssey.
Yeah, but there's some
1,050
on
episodes.
YouTube as well.
Yep. 1,050 episodes.
That's a lot. How long were these episodes?
30 minutes.
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
25. Yeah.
And you probably, if you have a cassette tape player, you might be able to get them at the library.
Oh.
or CD.
I feel like I remember seeing these like cases and stuff and thinking like, oh, this looks so cool. And then like realizing it was like a cassette tape.
Cassette tapes are.
I feel like I've also seen these in like Goodwills nowadays.
Oh, you probably have. And there were also VHS tapes of it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, but the video
I bet there was
ones
like
were
old
really,
computer
like,
games
The
of it
video
too.
ones were boring.
Yeah, the voice acted ones were way more imaginative, and like you could imagine real characters, whereas the others were just like really cartoony.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did have a computer game for works on Windows XP, Windows 98, and Windows 2000. It's called Adventures in Odyssey: The Sword of the Spirit. Oh, Joel. Oh my, we have royalty here. Joel,
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember the really, really scary Adventures in Odyssey episode?
Which one?
I think they were just talking about it.
Oh, were you?
Possibly.
I left for 5 minutes, but it was the one where like
Yeah, which episode?
there was some sort of like basement thing. It was like a mystery that was going on, and there was like this bad guy, and there was just a scary like voice that went, "Whitaker, get out of my way."
Oh God! Yes, the case of the secret room. Oh God, you did. Oh no!
You remember that?
It's kind of like before escape room.
Hey, Zach.
Oh God, yes, that one was awful. They found a skeleton.
Yeah. And you picture the skeleton as a kid is like so scary.
Oh my God, no! The way you said that though, the voice, I was just like, I just about threw my phone.
I know. Like when, like I was so like that was such a scary moment because like it's so well produced in like for a kid. I don't know if like listening to it now would sound cheesy, but like when I was a kid, I was just like, holy fuck, what's happening? They're in this basement or whatever, and the mysteries happen. There's a skeleton, and then Whitaker, and I'm like, fucking hell, what the? Oh
yeah,
my goodness!
please stop doing that because I just about threw my phone again.
Was that Dr. Blackguard's brother or twin?
I don't remember. Like, I think it was some old guy. Maybe it was Blackguard's.
Remember
Like, I don't.
Blackguard? There was a good Blackguard and a bad Blackguard. Like the one that they were twins. And like
I don't know that I remember that detail.
The one was really like dorky and special and was like always trying to make things succeed, and like he really was terrible at like his theater and stuff, and like things were always going wrong. And then the other one was really cunning and was like the bad guy, and they had the same voice.
Okay, so I found the name
Yeah.
of the episode. It's the case of the secret room, parts 1
Yes,
and 2.
the secret room. Yeah, there was two. It was a two-parter. It was really scary.
You should do an episode. You should do an Adventures in Odyssey episode and do clips, and then like comment on them.
Could do like a long form video or a podcast on it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be a good audio podcast because then you don't have to like just sit there like looking, just not doing anything on camera. But I wonder what the like copyright thing is.
Oh yeah, you might run into that since they're still running it. There might be copy. I'm not sure what you would run into.
I wonder, like, I you know what? It's interesting because like it's got to be like ridiculous because they were very entertaining as kids, but there's got to be some sort of like manipulation going on, right? Like they're doing it's still church, so they're doing something evil. So it'd be interesting to like even just listen to it and then do a synopsis on it. Like maybe even just like have a conversation with like a co-host or something and just be like, what happened here? Maybe play a couple clips, but more or less just kind of break down what's happening in the episode. Because I don't know. I haven't heard them since I was...
Well, I'm on the Adventures in Odyssey wiki, and like they have discussion questions, and like the one that we were just talking about, it was all talking about the whole incident being caused by greed. Or you know, so that one might talk about greed. Another one, there's so many things that they do, but again, that's part of why I encourage people to read that one blog by the actor that voiced Jimmy Barkley, because he gets into a lot of the sinister, you know, the when they're smaller and more subtle and but yet still sinister that we wouldn't have picked up on as kids, but now as adults, especially those of us in deconstruction, can go, oh, wow. And we were just sitting here listening to this casually, and we wonder why our brains are so messed up now.
Right. Yeah, I found that, guys, because thanks for that recommendation. I've got it now open on a tab. And what was I going to add to this? Oh, I went to Focus on the Family when I was a kid, because we took a trip to Colorado, and we went in the Imagination Station.
Wait, what?
Oh, wow.
Is this still a thing?
Colorado Springs, Colorado, 80995. Or if you live in Canada, go to box 9800 98 BC B6B 4G3.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you? The capitalism.
I did not read that.
I
did not read that.
You hear that 50 million times as a kid. You're going to know how to say it.
That you can find the Focus on the Family kids anywhere. Like we're special.
It's like our father. I can't remember that, but I do remember the complete address to Focus on the Family.
Yeah, check out this postal code.
Now I want to know, like, this Imagination Station. Joel, can you explain what it was?
Yeah, so it was like down in a basement, not creepy at all.
There's a skeleton.
No, it was in the Bible room.
They had it was of course Whit's End, right? So they had an ice cream shop, which when we were there it wasn't open, but you could sometimes it would be open. You can go down and have some ice cream. Everything's brightly colored and just like a remake of what you would imagine Whit's End would look like. And then they have the Imagination Station, which is the magical thing that you go into to have the adventures. That's what they would do.
Let me see here. I think I have.
Yeah, there you go.
I have something.
Yep.
Oh,
for some reason I remember it more bright.
Wait, that's the Imagination Station?
No, the Imagination Station is just a little round pod sort of thing.
This is kids radio. Focus on the Family.
That's Connie.
Go back. No, they don't really have a picture of it by the looks of it.
There's Whit's End.
It's in there somewhere.
Maybe I can. Can we travel through Whit's End?
Enhance.
Like, is it like a click through like PC game where it's like I want to go through this room? Is that a bar?
No, it's the ice cream.
Right.
Oh, ice cream.
I went to Wad Fam Chalk Sod.
I don't know what you just said.
That sounds like, what is it? It's like that was.
It's a world famous chocolate soda.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, I know that. What is it?
Because they had to abbreviate it to fit it on the sign.
Yeah, that's
it's like
funny.
your Sadak Mac. It's like your Sadak Mac, you know.
Sadak Mac vintage.
Oh, and then exit through the gift shop, of course.
Of course.
Whoa.
Yes. Oh, that's cool. It's weird that they don't have a picture of the Imagination Station. So it's just this round room or round space in there that you just walk in, and there's some buttons, and when you hit them, they would play certain sounds from the episode, like the sound of when you go in the Imagination Station with like the all the whatever sounds they use.
I'm trying to get this like click and drag. You can walk through it, but it's not showing up. It's not showing up on your guys' screen as well. Hold on, let me
That's crazy.
I have way too many sources on my OBS.
Didn't Whit start out as like agnostic or something? Because when Jenny died, like he was really angry at God.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going.
I love
through...
it. Just like, yep. Like Lily's just like, yep, I'm on that. Yep.
Oh, I
Well,
can't
no,
go
Yeah, and
in.
then
I remember them talking about it. I remember it being part of his whole journey of that of coming out of his grief. I remember that being discussed.
yeah, and then he bought Wits End and turned it into a community center.
Oh, that's good storyline.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know
Because
what?
there
Isn't
was
it-
a little girl sitting outside, like saying, "They're gonna tear this place down. We're not gonna have anywhere to play games."
What's great about it
I
is
forget what else he said.
they do that Christian rhetoric of like people that don't believe in God are just angry for some reason. You know, not that it's just unreasonable to
me.
believe in God.
He
I'm-
was
I'm
also
just
depressed
angry.
too.
I'm
Yeah.
just hangry,
You know, for a-
actually.
for
I
a-
don't, I don't believe in
reason.
God. I'm just hangry.
Just what's over there? An airplane?
Hold on.
If you come to my house, I'll cook for you.
It looks like I don't
I
know.
remember the story behind
an
the airplane, but I don't know what it is.
Well, they have
Can
an imagination station, and then there's a future machine too. I forget what it's called.
Can I just mention how unbelievably boring this looks?
Well, you're not a kid, Benny. I mean, it's for kids, okay?
I went to
Also-
like Six Flags. Okay, I'm sorry. Like we had like roller coasters and stuff. You guys had painted walls.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. We had our imaginations.
Okay.
Right.
So
You had buttons.
Yeah, there we
we
go.
had different buttons that we could press.
I mean, this place looks amazing. I actually like want to go here, just because
Just for a laugh.
when in Rome. Yeah, for a laugh, for a good time. I also want to go to the Ark place in Kentucky, but that one is a little
Yeah, I
this
feel
one
like
seems. Go on.
I just feel like I need more distance from the cult before I think I can enjoy that stuff. I think I'd be a little bit like, fuck, that's not like I
Yeah,
just think,
I get
I
what you
have a
mean.
friend of mine got thrown out of the Ark Encounter twice.
Now,
That's
see,
his
that's a
claim
good
to
story.
fame. Is
I
he's
I
gotten
feel like
thrown out of
that's
there twice.
the one that gets shut
He
down
couldn't
for
stop.
flying.
He couldn't stop laughing at some of the pictures and claims that were made, and kept laughing and disturbing the tours.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't keep his comments to himself, and so they threw him out.
Is the Ark Experience? I wonder if that's like a nonprofit or if it's like a private thing, because like how they always say like we have the right to refuse any customer.
Yeah, I think it's probably a mix of both.
Yeah.
As far as like they got paid, it's a religious thing probably, but then they also probably make hand over fist.
Yeah,
they
they
have
scammed
to.
the state for a bunch of money, didn't they?
Did they? I'm sure there's a lot with it. There's probably like half the senators of that state probably like have shares.
Well,
in
he
it.
also owns the Creation Museum, because it's all
What's his name?
Young Earth creation.
If-
Ken Ham.
Ken Ham. That's
Benny, if you want, I'm friends with the guy that did the art protest this year that's in charge of that. I can get him and he can come talk to you sometime.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of these times I wonder if they have like a virtual tour of the Ark exhibit. Maybe we could all go on a little tour. I wanted to kind of do more of a virtual tour of this place. I mean, we did a little bit. That was fun. Thank you, Joel. For
when I was young,
that.
no problem. When I was young, this is like a bit of a evangelical, fundamentalist Christian brag. But when I was little, just one of the churches nearby had Ken Ham come and do just like a little speech, like do a talk, I guess. And this was before the Ark Museum. This was before he kind of got big. He had just come over from Australia or New Zealand. I think it's Australia. And he brought this country singer along with him that would do basically his rhetoric in little country songs. And he did his whole thing where he was just like, when people ask you, like tell you what happened at the beginning of like time or whatever, or the flood or whatever, just say to them, "Were you there?" Were you there?
Wow.
And then
Were you
and then
there?
they'll go, no, but were you there? And then your answer is, no, but I know someone who was, and he wrote a book about it. You know, so
Have you ever
or he
seen
lives in my hat.
Have you ever seen Death to Smoochie, Joel? It's a
I think I have, like, but forever ago.
old movie directed by Danny DeVito. It's just like irreverent and kind of like similar to that type of like humor. We just watched it, Seth and I, the other day. Such a good movie. Such a good movie. Sorry, tangent. So Ken Ham, why does he look Amish?
That beard, that Amish beard.
What the hell is going on there?
Bring him up.
You know his other catchphrase?
What's his other
No, that's not an Amish haircut.
You're telling me that's
It's the
not
caveman look.
He doesn't look like Jebediah right there.
He looks a little bit like a monkey.
The
You know how
Amish
monkeys
cut their
have that?
hair with a bowl. They put a bowl in their head and cut around the edge.
Right. Yeah, he's got the long haircut.
That's more like
He's the most ape-like
That's more like
person
Beachy.
like ever.
I'm more like addressing the
Yes.
the beard with no mustache look.
You think we came from monkeys?
Well, yeah.
Well, hey, y'all, it has been a glorious 2.5 hours.
Like the
I've
Beachy
had
or Fellowship
everything.
Mennonite, but then you've got the like.
Hold on, we got two people that were speaking at once. I think Lions. Were you gonna say something?
Oh, I just was gonna say he looks like he's like either Fellowship or Beachy, except for the suit coat. He doesn't have a plain suit coat. That's all I was saying.
Agreed. And Lily, what were you saying?
I was just saying it has been a glorious like 2.5 hours with y'all. I have had a blast. And I've followed several of y'all that I've had the pleasure of interacting with. And I hope to catch y'all again soon, but I need to go finish packing my hospital bag. I'm having surgery on Thursday and trying to get things ready.
Well, I'm wishing you the best for that. I know
I
how that
appreciate
stuff
it.
goes. Ugh.
Oh yeah, it's not a. I mean, it is a huge deal. I'm like, it's not like.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
staying inpatient, it stinks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just one night. It's just one night, and that's just because I didn't have. She was asking me what my support would look like at home if I was discharged outpatient that day, and I'm just like, I don't have anybody able to help until the next day. And she's like, well, then we're not sending you home immediately. So I'm like, okay.
Okay.
But
You're not near me, are you?
Huh?
I said you're not near me, are you?
I'm in Kansas.
A little far.
But yeah, no. So it's so it'll be fine. But no, I'm gonna go get that packed and just be.
I'm wishing,
and then
wishing
get
the best.
things done around the house. Just all the things that I'm preparing to do to be laid up.
I'm just
for a couple
hoping that
weeks.
it's a comfortable stay for you. I hope that they give you all the things you want and need while you are in the hospital. When I was in the hospital for half of a week, it was supposed to be a whole week, but I left because they just were awful. But like, yeah, they didn't even give me like pain meds for the first 24 hours. They forgot. And like I had like one of those things with the button. It wasn't working.
No, I've got a really good surgical team, so I'm not stressing too much. But I do have a lot of prep that I need to get done because I need to get things cleaned up around my house first. But it was great getting to know y'all and had a blast chatting. And I hope y'all all have a fantastic day.
Let's do it again.
Before you
Let's
go,
do it again.
Before you go, Lil,
Yes.
those hospital beds suck. So tell your surgical team, especially if you have like any musculoskeletal issues, that you like to have on order for you, like some Flexerol or like a benzo or something for muscle relaxation, because the beds are so bad that like, you know, and half the time after surgery they won't let you like lay on your side or whatever. It's so hard to get sleep.
Yeah,
I
it's
highly recommend
it's a
some kind of.
hysterectomy. It's a hysterectomy, so getting up and down the first few days is going to be fun.
Yeah, so some muscle relaxer is not a bad idea.
Oh yeah, no, and thank you for suggesting that. I wouldn't have thought about that, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, and if you need any other, like, if you have any problems, feel free to reach out to me. I can try to answer questions and stuff.
Oh, Joel
Granted,
left. Joel, I wanted you to
I
share
didn't
your
do a whole
best and
lot
worst
of, like,
memory, but it's all right, buddy. I'm actually gonna be.
I didn't do a whole lot of hysterectomy post-surgical care, but I know some things. So
Hey, I appreciate the support. That means a lot. Thank you. And Guardy, nah, these folks are being great. So y'all have a fantastic night. I'll see y'all later. Look
Yeah,
forward to
wishing
doing
you
this
the
again
best,
soon.
Lily, and much comfort and easy days ahead for you, and a quick recovery because I know how that goes. Just trust me, I know how that stuff goes.
Light bringer, that is the plan. That is the plan.
Mhm.
So y'all have a good one. I'm out.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna actually wrap up the show, unless some Christians want to come up and cook me. We could turn on the cook an atheist moment, and let's see if anybody has any kind of way to cook an atheist. Otherwise, I will be wrapping up the show. So if that multi-guest doesn't come up in the next minute or so, then it is what it is.
maybe I could share a controversial memory, and it
Sure,
would
Noah.
instigate someone to come up.
Go ahead.
So one of my memories that's like one of my best memories or worst memories, they kind of wrap together, was the day that I actually reported my parents for physical I guess I can call it. I'm not sure about TikTok terms, but spare the rod, spoil the child type
Corporal
thing.
punishment, yeah.
Yes, thank you. And I finally had the nerve one day to just say, you know what, I'm gonna call somebody and do something about it.
Good for you.
Because I got tired of threatening them. So I went to grab the phone. They unplugged all the phones. And I said, fine, I can deal with that. And I walked over to the neighbors, asked to use their phone. I actually called my aunt and left a message for her with the neighbor's phone. She heard me on the phone and was like, this sounds concerning. So she called her friend, who was a cop. The cop came over. Well, the church assumed that I was the one who called the cop, because I was 18, and I was like, I don't know what to do here, but at least if I call my Aunt Jane, who was an atheist, at least she's going to know what to do. So then the cop showed up, whatever, things happened. CYS wouldn't do anything, but my aunt didn't let them know. She just scared the shit out of them and was like, hey, if you don't do something, these kids need to go somewhere else. If you don't put them in other homes, I'm gonna CYS is gonna take them away.
Dang.
Right? So meanwhile, the church, because of other reasons, was in the process of kicking me and my sister out. So we told them we didn't want to get kicked out. We wanted to just transfer membership. So we went to a different church, a little bit less conservative. And when we decided to apply for membership there, they said, oh, well, because of how things went down at the other church with the whole corporal punishment situation, you have to stand up and give a standing apology for how that went down. Yes. We had to stand up there and be like, I'm so sorry that blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm not sorry. That's and this is why it's one of my good memories, because I'm so proud of myself for standing up for my siblings. And I think that was a turning point for me, in recognizing this is fucked up.
Good for
but yeah,
you.
we had to stand up there, and so I stood up there. I'm like, I'm sorry for the people who were offended. That whole beat around the bush.
I'm sorry if this upset you.
Pretty much, but we had, and I had to find a Bible verse that worked, because you had to stand up front and give this confession. And the crazy thing was, they made my older sister give this confession too, even though she didn't call anybody. She just happened to live there.
Yeah, what the
She had nothing to do. She wasn't even home when this went down. She just came home from work later. But they made her apologize for offending people. And she was just like, okay, I guess I'll just take it.
Just once again, Christians, just you're doing a bang up job of like making people really want to stick around. Jeez.
So I'm gonna go back to my original church sometime and take back my apology.
Do that. That's awesome. You should like record it. That would be so cool. No, that's amazing.
Well,
I love that. Like
I
standing
did
up.
a semi alternative thing on my mom died after that from cancer, which is karma at its finest. But no, I'm not.
Okay.
It was part of positive change.
It is what it is.
But anyway, karma at its finest.
Right.
So, and I had never had like a conversation with her afterwards about like, this is how I feel. Like, like you never validated us. You know what I mean? Even just like apologizing for how she treated us. Like she went and apologized to other people for like she apologized to my aunt because somebody had been doing the corporal punishment thing at church, and she had my aunt come in and scare the shit out of him, like at church. But then she apologized to my aunt for doing that. She died.
Wow.
Wait, I'm sorry.
What the heck?
Before she succumbed. So anyway, I'd never had a chance to have that conversation, and a couple years ago, I decided to make peace with that, have that conversation. So I had a whole little graveside service at her grave and decorated it in a very
1 second here, sorry. Whoever's in the Video Ninja, one moment, I'll get to you in just a moment. Finish your thought. Sorry, Noah.
Okay. Yeah. So we had a little service there. I put a Baphomet blanket out, lit some incense, and put up put a get well card out.
I love that too.
And then drew a pentagram on the porch.
Doesn't it feel good though?
It was
feels
awesome.
good.
It was so healing. It was so good. Anyway, that's one of my favorite not Christian memories.
I love that stuff. Sticking it right to the man. I love that kind of thing. All right, Noah. Well, that was a great story, and also I totally get why it was your best and worst memory at the same time. And wow, jeez. I'm gonna try and bring up this next person here, so I'm gonna drop you down. Thank you for coming and sharing.
Thank you. I'm not sure how to let me down.
I gotcha. Blaster, you're probably going to be able to hear them, but I don't know if you'll be able to talk to them.
I'll speak through you.
Are you there?
Hello?
Can you hear that, Blaster?
Yeah, I can hear him.
You can hear him? Okay.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, cool. So what's up?
Well, I guess I'm just a theist. If you're an atheist, I thought, come talk to you. I want to know who you are, what your story is, what's your name at least.
Hold on, I got a little bit of an echo on you. I just gotta fix that real quick. One moment here. One moment here. Oh, probably that. Say something. Guest, say something.
Me now?
Uh-oh, we lost him.
Blaster, did you hear him?
Nope.
Okay, hold
Not
on.
anymore.
I know what I did. There we go. Sorry, this is my first time working with whatchamacallit, Video Ninja, as far as here we go. Maybe I can there you are. All right.
Hello?
Yeah, I think you're just gonna have a bit of an echo. Something was really loud right there.
Okay, I think it's using my phone as a microphone for some reason, and then here, let me put my AirPods in, that might fix it.
Sure.
My speakers are on my laptop.
Yeah, it's just very loud. All right, what's your best evidence for God, huh?
I mean, I would start in existence, but I guess I would say overall I have philosophical and scientific disagreements with the concept of atheism as a whole, justifying.
What's your
many of them.
scientific disagreement?
Well, I was in the chat just talking about just the concept of mathematics working being something I find very beautiful and leaning towards a theistic or at least deistic conclusion.
What? Say that again.
So mathematics, right? Like calculus, higher level mathematics, and these things that work lead to a conclusion that there was, I guess you could say, a fine tuning or at least some intention in our universe.
You know that calculus is just like a band-aid, right? Like calculus is a cheat code that we have. It is like the study of change, or it's like the mathematics of change. We don't quite understand like what infinity is, and calculus helps us kind of like place infinity within a framework that works within our math, like understanding. I would say that if anything, calculus is proof that we just aren't there yet, as far as like completely understanding things. Same with like quantum mechanics, like the wave function in physics, superposition. These are things that we've had to create as terms and concepts that basically means we don't know and we don't have all the answers yet. We've just kind of cheat coded our way past that. We cut corners.
But what about the applications of calculus and like physics and like computers and these things for modeling?
What
Is
about
that
it?
not like an application of it?
They
Or
can
like
be
when
applied.
you say this concept of a band-aid, I don't think I necessarily understand you. Because when you see like the derivation of like physical equations that we use like in your textbooks and whatnot, they all come from calculus derivations.
So like calculus in itself is talking about like as something is approaching infinity and going away from infinity, how that change occurs. That's like what a trinomial, what a binomial, what these type of things are, like a function, a derivative of that function. That's what these are, changes within, like as the number for x changes, like how does the rest of it change? What it does is it helps us explain things like, like curvature, physics, like when gravity gets brought in, acceleration, basically anything like once you get like a per second or anything like that, it does help describe these things, but we don't quite understand infinity, right? So like
I get that, but I'm saying it works and we use it. And
mathematics
people across
is
different
just like logic or physics or any other language, English. They are just languages that humans have created to describe the universe around us.
Okay. I hear you, but let me English. Let's take your idea of languages we speak. Is there a word for wood? Right? There's a word for wood in English. There's a word for wood in French, like a tree, right? There's a word for wood in all these languages, but wood is a thing that exists outside of the language.
Right. So there's the thing that language describes, and that would
Exactly
I would
what I'm saying is that
call
math
that
is a
like
thing
the
that we
universe.
describe that exists outside of the numbers and the symbology that we use. That's kind of the concept I'm pushing in this sense, and I'm more marveling at the existence of that as leading to
This is
at
a
least
really
a
weird.
theistic
This is a
solution.
really weird. Like look at the trees, or like a
Well, that's just
fine
because you brought
tuning
in
argument.
English. Well, I wouldn't say necessarily a fine-tuning argument because I know we could argue that a multi-universe or something or whatnot, saying there's multiple ways and we're just the one universe that has all these constants that fit perfectly, right? But what I'm saying is what I see in the application of mathematics and my study of it, that it's just a marvel to me that it can't be something random. And I think the only explanation would be a multiverse answer.
So, what I like to bring up about the fine tuning argument is what they call the Texas sharpshooter fallacy. Have you ever heard of that fallacy?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
where like
you're
somebody.
right. I've heard it before. I would like to hear it again.
Yeah. So the concept is that somebody shoots the side of a barn, randomly, and around the bullet holes they go up and they paint the bullseye around the bullet holes, so they can say, "Wow, look I hit the bullseye every single time." And really, what it's describing is post hoc rationalization, which is taking the outcome and like expressing the purpose, or putting the cart before the horse, if you will. It's like reading the Bible, but first reading the New Testament and then reading the Old Testament.
I would say I'm not necessarily talking about the Bible here or anything, and I get what you're saying, but then under that precept of the target, that target would have to be time, space, and matter that exists before you establish
the constants.
Like
yeah, probably like Planck's constant, like the speed of light.
Exactly. So you're saying there's play within those constants, but there is still a target that you are shooting at, which is time, space, and matter existing.
No, what I'm saying is we just happen to like be in this universe. There's 100% chance that we are in this universe. And now, instead of just, considering how we got here, you're just assigning a purpose. You're just saying, well, God. You're just putting God there.
I haven't even mentioned the word God. What I'm saying is this universe has a functional language that it operates under, which is understood by humans. And it seems to be a very intelligent language.
So now you're running tag a little bit here. So now you're saying that like rationality and like understanding of our world shows that there's a God or like a mind behind it.
I mean, I will
the fact that we
admit
can understand that we are within the universe.
I'm not saying Bible. I'm not saying Quran. I'm not saying any system of religion that somebody would argue from. What I'm saying is that existence in this universe with mathematics that actually works is something to marvel at, and must lead to at least the deistic conclusion. Not theistic, but deistic.
You just like really started echoing. This is so weird.
Really? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just trying to figure out if it's me. Hold on. I'm trying to think. If it is, I don't know where or how it would be coming through. Keep going. You're fine.
Basically, what I'm saying is that you can take a fine-tuning argument, but what are we fine-tuning is what I'm marveling at, which would be the mathematics, like the stage on which these things exist.
Yeah, this is just post hoc rationalization, though, right? Like, so if it were any other way, then it would be another way, right? Like, if our skin was purple, then we would be like, wow, look how purple our skin is. Like, this is just, you're not looking at it in a sense of, like, you're looking at it as, like, what are the possibilities, the probability, the improbability of things going this way, when really it's like, the universe has existed for billions and billions of years. And right now we have a blink in time where humans exist. With, anything that's a non-zero chance, it's inevitably going to happen in all of eternity, especially in an infinite universe that's going to, exist forever. It's an inevitability that this is going to happen.
But mathematics would have existed.
Like, what I'm trying to say is that this is not surprising. Like, this is
mathematics wasn't a created thing. It was the stage on which it existed, and hypothetical other universes, math would work the same way, but with different constants.
Right. Yeah, and that makes it not special. Like, if the constants were different, then they're just different.
Okay.
Like, it's not like a game of chance that, like, only in this universe was the constant, whatever, and that allowed for humanity to exist, and now we can worship God. Like, it's not that surprising. It just kind of, is more of a result of chaos theory, is what I would say. The Big Bang is just particles smacking each other around, organizing, disorganizing, and that's what it is. It is what it is.
Okay, let me. So when I've contended with atheism, the best argument that I've heard for it and understood for it is that at the conception of the universe, we had a massive release of energy, and that it had to have a source, and for it to have been an unintelligent source, it's something like a little river or a lake, and then in a higher order dimension, a water droplet would have hit the lake, and this is obviously conceptual, it's not like actual, and then boom, our universe would exist within the wake of that event without a direct cause or any intelligent action.
But then where did that
That's
universe
the-
come from?
That's the question that I see. That's the best way I've been able to understand atheism, but I run into issues.
Yeah, so what I would say is, sure, that's one way to explain it, and yeah, maybe that the macroverse or what you will call it, which is like the multiverse or what have you, it existed eternally, or that there is not a multiverse, it is just one universe, and that also has just existed eternally, because no matter what, you're gonna have what they call an infinite regression in any explanation, even with the like God theory. I mean, you're gonna have like, well, where did God come from?
I don't know is always an option too.
I like that question.
That too, yeah.
But let me ask you, you justify atheism to me. Let me hear like how you could break it down for me to understand like logically that there was no design or was no cause, an uncaused cause.
So, wait, did you hear Blaster just a second ago?
Oh no, I can't hear him.
Okay, you didn't hear him say like, I don't know is an acceptable answer? Blaster, say something.
Okay.
Say something like.
Can you hear me? Mic check. Check.
Yeah. So I guess you would be saying I can't hear him whatsoever.
Okay. You
I'm
can't
not
hear him.
getting his
Okay.
audio.
Just was checking.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So best. So I would say like simplicity is a really good argument. There's a lot of arguments that you could come up with. The fact that we can have an explanation of why we're here without including this like fairy, like Casper the ghost.
Wait. Let me stop you 1 second. I'm not positing meaning or anything, and I'm leaning towards a deistic argument here. So don't like straw man me by saying I'm justifying like I have to have a meaning. I'm just saying an intelligent creator, uncaused cause. So continue. I just wanted to preface with that.
So you don't need an intelligent creator, is what I'm saying.
That's what you would be positing as an atheist, but I said I'm coming as a theist purely for the philosophical argumentation.
Well, and I'm just telling you that you're adding in a variable in that is not necessary to explain why we're here.
But I'm not trying to explain why we're here. I'm trying to explain the cause of why we're here.
Oh, I'm telling you, there is no cause.
So I guess that's the fundamental difference between our understanding of the universe.
Well, you would have to, like, provide me with your evidence.
Well, I just think, like I said, mathematics, existence, I can get into other arguments as far as, like, consciousness. But, sorry, I just got
I appreciate it. You know what? You cooked me, and congratulations.
Man, I love arguing and all that, so I hope you have a good night and everything.
Roasted to a crisp.
Yeah, we got a sorry other guest. You're out of there too. He was just being a goofy goober. Multi-guest here. Let's see. Let's get a TikTok guest up because it's way less stressful.
Look at your...
Hey, what's up?
Slain
How old are you?
Bajan.
Yeah, Slain by Shen. It's an anime name I created.
Oh, okay. How old are you?
I'm 19.
All right. And are you gonna cook me?
Are you saying like in a debate or?
Yeah.
Sure. How do you feel like about transcendental arguments?
The transcendental argument is circular.
And how is it circular?
It has the conclusion in its premise.
Do you think modus ponens or the inference of modus ponens is circular?
I'm saying that the premise for the transcendental argument is something I deny.
Oh, okay, you deny it. It's not circular. Okay.
Well, it is circular because it says
so how is it circular?
You have to presuppose that God exists.
No, what? No, it's like the transcendental argument is saying you need a warrant for intelligibility. Under atheism, you have no warrant for intelligibility. Intelligibility exists. God's that warrant.
No.
I mean, of course, there's different forms of transcendental arguments, but that's the one I'm using. I should have clarified that. So yeah, all of like the first premise would just be. So I'm not even put that in as syllogism. I'm pretty much just saying if you have intelligibility, you need God. You have intelligibility, you need God, or God exists, pretty much.
Yeah, that's nonsense to me. Why can't you just have intelligibility?
Yeah. So so when we say intelligibility, we have to have some type of reasonable trust in which our senses work, and what we see from the external world, or the datum we receive from the external world, right? We have no reason to trust that, or we have no reliability under atheism. I mean, we would have any intelligibility, right?
But we could just say that, like, logic and the reality around us and our understanding of the reality is the grounding of this intelligibility, like a reason and understanding, like the reasoning.
I can grant you that those things exist around you, but you still receive data from them, and then that's how you process your world, or your worldview, your thoughts, your perceptions.
So do you.
Right.
How do you process the
foundation?
So what I'm hearing here is basically that you are trying to shift the burden from you, who has the positive claim that your God exists, to me, to now say that I have to come up with an explanation for reason and intelligibility, which is not a claim that I'm making.
I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm saying. Well, that's your presupposition. I'm saying you can't explain that.
I'm not going to presuppose. How about that?
So you don't presuppose intelligibility? How do you have a conversation?
How about I just be a skeptic? I'm just.
Oh, how about you just be a skeptic? Well, for skepticism, you have to know something.
Well, I'm just saying you have to prove your positive claim, sir.
It's a negation of yours. Yeah. So I would say my evidence. You either have intelligibility or you don't. The condition of intelligibility there would follow under theism, right?
It's always funny how their argument relies on your position.
Right.
Isn't that weird?
It's like, I get what you're saying. Like, you need another thing to bounce something off of to make sure that it is confirmed, right? So, like, if you are seeing something, you don't know if that's in your head unless somebody else confirms that they also see it. And that is kind of like what God is providing humans to explain reasoning, like the fact that we can understand what we are within, that a God must exist as this outside set of which we bounce things off. Did he just rage quit?
I guess so.
Runner.
I was going to ask him how God grounded logic.
By not existing. He ran. All right, guys. I'm a little tired. So I'm gonna wrap it up. That was fun. At least we got one little tag in there. Everybody have a good night. Boys, check your huevos. And what I mean is check your testicles, because testicular cancer is very popular in boys 16 to 35. I guess boys to young men. And yeah, I had it twice. So yeah, check yourself. If you feel anything weird down there or have any kind of concerns, go to a doctor. Okay, don't put it off. All right. With that, Blaster, you have a good night.
Yeah, thank you. We had some great guests.
Yeah,
That was fun.
agreed. Bye.
Goodbye.